my camera angle.
Hey guys, how y'all doing tonight? Sorry about the wait. How's everything going? Hey Kay, what's going on, girl?
Hey, Boo Boo. Thank you for your patience. It's my fault we're late
No, it's
for a
not. I'm
change.
always
It's
late.
my fault. It's all my fault. It's all my fault. I'll
Hey
take that.
guys, I appreciate y'all. Hey, not so awesome, Larry. Thank you. He was like, "Are y'all doing a live? What's going on?" Not so awesome, Larry's on our butts tonight, honey.
Okay,
Goodness.
I
Uh,
see. I see.
hey Vega, how you doing, girl? How's it going? Appreciate you being here because I know you're probably flipping between us and Duke and Dawn. Hey, Bernie, and I want to thank all of the moderators in advance. I appreciate it so very much. So let's go. You know who did their first live last night?
I was on. I didn't go on like I didn't
What?
panel up, but I was watching.
Oh,
I was in
who?
the chat. You talking about a trash can, right?
Oh, really? Using the chat? I didn't know that.
Yes, I was in the chat. In fact, I changed my name in the chat too.
No
I've been meaning to do that for a
wonder.
minute,
Uh
but no,
huh.
what it was at first, and I changed it not even halfway through. It was probably 3/4 of the way through, and then I
Okay.
changed it. But we'll talk about that later. I've been dying to do it, and I just kept because every time I would comment
Mm-hmm.
and on someone else's live, when they say my name, they would f it up. So I was like, you know what? Let me just go on and switch it out. I'm just tired of
Right.
people effing up my name.
What
So
is
let's
it?
just go on and fix it. I'll tell you later.
Okay.
So you'll see it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Look, not so. Also, Larry said, "I'm writing you all the success, writing y'all to success." Elbow call.
All right now.
All right, thank you so much, Larry. Just going to get this cranked up. Today is like, in Charlotte, it's such a rainy day and so low key. So I got to get my energy. I got to get my energy up. So how y'all doing? So today we are talking about boys, shack, men build. Let's repeat
Yeah,
that.
baby.
Boys shack, men build. Now, Kay and I, we are on the same coin, of course, but we're on two different aspects of it, kind of, sort of. So, what does that mean, Kay? What does it mean for only boys build, or as
Boy
Steve would
Shack.
say, it's I mean,
Males.
boys, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Boys are males, according to Steve, boys are males. I'm sorry, did I give you an instant headache? And then men, you're like, oh, God. And then build. So, what does that mean exactly?
It means that real men are like the word you love so much, legacy. You know, you
Mm,
starting a legacy. You're not starting a legacy by shacking up with somebody. You know, that's what little boys do. Men are looking to build for their families, build for their future, build for their kids' future, so forth and so on. But little
hmm.
boys shack up with women or even just smash and dash or, you know, impregnate 5 different women within a
Mm,
year and a half. You know, that's what little boys do. They spread their
right.
seed all over the place, but not give any of their seeds a home.
Okay. You see, I thought the email was dancing. The emoji was dancing. What emoji? What are you
What
talking about?
emoji?
I don't know. Maybe he's talking about the bottom of the screen. I'm not sure. But okay, so when it comes to shacking up now, do you believe in shacking up or you don't believe in shacking up?
I believe
Now, well, first of all, what is shacking up in case
shacking
people
up
don't?
is living together without the bounds or binds of marriage.
Okay.
So there's no paperwork involved other than the lease. And they may not even be
Mhm.
on the lease, but that's neither here nor there. They're just living together. And I actually do believe that couples should live together with
Mhm.
a firm deadline. We're
Okay.
not going to live together for eternity. We're not going to live together for 5 years. There has to be a firm deadline in place. And then we need
Okay.
to see where we're going from there. Because if you've been dating, let's say for a year, and then you live together for a year, if there's not a wedding date and a ring on the finger at the end of those 2 years, it's time to walk. We're
Okay.
roommates at best at this point. I'm moving on. I'm not giving you any more of my time
Okay. And what's the
because
time frame you said?
I would give you living together a max of a year without
Okay.
engagement.
Okay. A year without engagement. So
A
how do
year
y'all
without
feel?
engagement.
How do y'all feel in the chat about shacking up? Do y'all believe in shacking up? Do y'all not? Like for me personally, I don't believe in shacking up because I just feel like it's just it, I just think men will get too comfortable and if find what'll be the point of getting married. So I just hey Mrs. Mary, how are you doing? Thank you for coming. She said, Tish and Kay, so happy to be here. Love your show. Good evening, everyone. Hope everyone is doing good. Thank you so
Hey,
much. You're
boo.
always so supportive, and we are so glad to have you. Not so awesome, Larry says short time period, maybe 2 years top. Yeah, I don't. I mean, I hate to say, but I don't believe in shacking up at all. It just will get you nowhere. I mean, is that the same difference as spending the night every now and then, or is that's a totally
No,
different
that's not
things, right?
shacking up. No, living together is different. I believe that you get to see who a person really is when you live with them versus
Hmm.
just dating. Because when you're dating, you're going to get together at a particular time. You know, there's going to be a cutoff at some point because one person is going to leave and go back to their own residence. Whereas when you live together, you get to see someone basically who they are. They can't keep that if it's a facade, if they're not who they pretend to be or who
Hmm.
they present themselves to be, it's going to show. You cannot keep that facade up but so long. At some point you're going to drop it and I'm going to get to see the real you. And I don't
Okay.
think a lot of people I think a lot of people when they get married, they're surprised by who they're living with. You know, you don't know
Wow.
someone's nasty habits or what they
Okay.
really look like in the morning until you
Hmm.
live together. You know, you just all the little things that you think don't matter. Those are the things that drive people crazy the first year or two of marriage.
Right.
So if you haven't lived together, you're not going to know all those little things because people act perfect when, oh, you'll be here at 6. Oh, I'll see you at 7. Okay, I know at some point in time you're going to go your way, I'm going to go my way, and I can act up and I can put my bonnet on and scratch my ass as I walk around the house naked. You know what I'm saying? So you're
Do
going
we
to
really do
see,
that? Do we? Are we really walking around scratching our ass and just being just gross
I'm
if we
just
don't
saying,
notice
scratch your
someone?
ass, sniffing it.
No, 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 ma'am. No,
You know,
ma'am.
those little things matter at the end of the day. You know, it might be a hard no for someone. So I do believe that
Hard
living
no.
together with a very specific time frame on it, I think it's a good thing.
Okay. Hey, Rod Kelly, how are you? Rod Kelly says, "What's up, ladies?" Rod Kelly, how do you feel about shacking up before marriage? Okay, so tell me this. Okay, so we already talked about it. How the studies say that you have a higher chance of divorce. Couples who shack up before marriage have a higher. They do well the first year of marriage, but they have a higher chance of divorce than people who did not shack up. So, what do you have to say about that?
I mean, stats are stats, but I still believe what I believe.
Hmm.
But I don't see how one thing can cancel out the other. Like, so we live together. Now that
Hmm.
means we have a lower chance of staying married once we get married.
What it is the
What are
reason
the
for
factors? What are the contributing factors for divorce? I think those stats need to come with some more detail.
yeah the
They need to
some
qualify it.
right. Yeah, I mean, of course, there's a lot of studies, and some of the studies span over like 100 different couples that over a 25-year span. And they were saying, let me see, hey, Gail, thank you for coming. Woohoo, Gail. And Gail has her own show now.
All right, man. Hey,
Yes.
Gail at night.
Yeah, she has her own show. And of course, she came out blazing. Homegirl came out blazing. I like, God, dog, Gail, must you shame everybody?
Dang,
All right.
like that?
Yes, already have over 1,000 people watching and stuff. So, but she deserves it because she works so well with everyone, even before people are even big. Just like us, we are not big YouTubers yet, but she's here supporting. So, and of course, the lead attorney just loves her. Just hangs on every single thing she does. So. But yeah, how do y'all, the ones who just joined the chat, how do y'all feel about shacking up before marriage? But the studies say why people who shack up have a higher propensity to get divorced is, let me see what it says. Let's see. It is because oh hell, am I lying? I think I'm making stuff up. Oh,
Oh
okay.
no.
I know, right? He's like, oh no. Reporting lower levels of marital satisfaction and commitment. Okay, so is more of lower satisfaction, and it depends on why you shacking up in the first place. Like, what are the reasons of shacking up? I mean, a lot of times women do it, not necessarily, or men not necessarily for love. Like right now I'm single and I would love to have someone to split bills with him. Woo, that would be so nice. Oh my gosh, that would be so nice. So I guess depends on, like, if you're in the mindset of, well, this will help me out with my bills, or if you're a woman, I can keep my eye on him, or, it just depends on why you go into it. So that's why the rate of divorce, from what the studies say, are so, and then you go into it with a lack of commitment. You're shacking up. Okay. And you always have that mindset of, I can end this whenever I want, I can walk out. And, you get kind of used to that feeling of options. And you know how men and options go. Can't give y'all too many options. I hate to say men. Rod Kelly says that's easy. Date and get engaged, then move in together. I mean, even with engagement, I don't believe, I mean, and I'm more so into, and don't get me wrong, everyone knows I'm a naughty, naughty girl. I'm so naughty, but but just for, not religious reasons. Why you cheesing so hard? You like, it was all that cheese. That was some extra
Hey, I
cheese.
was laughing at you.
That was some extra cheese. Like you about to tell all my business just now, just to prove a point.
Continue, ma'am.
I know
Focus.
I got caught up making sure you gonna tell my business, but just for spiritual reasons. So, and then, for my daughter, I just know these days and God, these days
Hold
and
on.
time. Mhm.
Let's back up. You said for spiritual reasons,
Right.
people shouldn't live together. Are these two people
That's my
fucking?
reason. That's my reason.
But are these two people fucking?
And for right now, do I have to say again, I haven't had sex in 16 months?
No, but
You
that's
really
not what
want
I'm
me to
talking
say
about.
that?
Okay, so so we're talking about a
Yeah.
year-long relationship
Right.
that the next step is either living together or engagement or whatever. So you're saying that you would not want to live together because of religious reasons, right?
Mhm.
But my question is, you've been with somebody for a year, y'all not fucking?
That's my plan. That's what I plan to do, girl. I
Wake
plan not.
again.
I I I plan not to get nasty before marriage, honey. I plan, honey.
Okay, well, good luck with that. Uh-huh. If you don't put your tongue back in your
Oh, I'm
damn
sorry.
mouth,
Well, can I
girl,
at least say
I
about being
cannot.
nasty?
I had not had my coffee at all today, so I'm
I
gonna
gotta
need
get
you to
myself.
not
I
do
gotta get
that.
myself.
Mm-mm.
But yeah. So that's why they said people go into, and I think it's more so, just in general, you go into to shacking up or living together before marriage, and you always have that feeling of options. And so once you get into
What's your options once you move in with somebody? Once y'all living together, what's the option?
the same options why people don't get married first, just
I
you
mean,
don't
well, they could do that while they're dating too.
right. I mean, yeah,
So you still got those options, right?
but you still have that mindset of I I'm not in it for you just have options that if you don't want to deal with it anymore, you can walk.
It's not so easy though. That's I think that's the
For
opposite
who?
on that.
For who
Because
though?
if you're living together, leaving isn't as easy as if we're just dating. Because if we're just dating, you got your place, I got mine. If we are
Mhm.
living together, there's a lease, usually with somebody's name on it,
Somebody's
and
name on it.
trying to get somebody out, you got to file paperwork. If that person don't leave willingly, that person got to have some place to go. It's almost as much of as an entanglement as marriage
No,
to
it's
some
not now.
degree.
Come on now.
It's not. I mean,
No,
I'm just
come
saying without the legal paperwork, but just up and leaving isn't as easy for some people as it is for others.
right. Yeah, once you get your
Especially if
finances
you're
tangled
splitting
in.
bills, your that changes your money real big, big time, excuse me. When excuse me, when you all of a sudden got to pay everything by yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So it is a little more commitment involved than just dating.
Right. It is. It's much more. I mean, I
And
agree with
you
that.
can't, your options are not the same. See, when you living separately, you can have somebody else come over. You can't do that when you live together.
Okay.
You got to go somewhere.
True.
You
True.
can't bring no company over. Things change when you live together.
Unless
I'm
they
not
at work.
saying,
Unless they at work.
again, I'm saying there has to be a limit on how long. We're doing a 6 month lease, we're doing a 1 year lease, whatever the case may be. When this lease is up, we need to figure out what we're doing next.
Okay.
But if you
Right.
do it with no boundaries and you just wing it with no rules in place, no nothing, then yeah, that you're going to be doing that for the next 30 years.
Mm.
But there are no expectations put on how long we're going to do this and what happens after we do this, then yeah, it will go on into infinity.
Right. You see, Rod Kelly says living together is when you're moving towards marriage.
Right.
Excuse me, not
Supposed
necessarily.
to be. Supposed to be.
Supposed to be, but not
You're not supposed to be
necessarily.
just moving in with your booty calls.
What? You ain't never lie. Moving in with your booty calls. How many booty calls will how many women who just give up ass would love that?
Shoot, these homosexuals already running this. They already got these.
Okay.
They moving in with everybody. So yeah, things change. You're taking it to the next level. That's how it's supposed to be. We're not going
Right.
to be just moving in together just to be doing it. You can't live with everybody.
Right.
There
That's
should already
true.
be a long-term established relationship there.
Right. So like I said, we both we both agree that boys shack, men build, but I just don't believe in shacking at all. Okay, and most people will believe it's okay. But so how do you box a man in? Because I'm pretty sure it's usually the man you have
Box
to
them
kind of
in.
box him in to know that there are boundaries that we're not going to be shacking up
Well, see,
forever.
that's just the one of the things I always stress is communication between people. If
Mhm.
you can't sit down and have that conversation, you are not with the right person. If at
Okay.
any point you say, "Ooh, if I talk about that, that might scare him off," run for the hills. You don't need to wait for him to run. You run. If you
Right.
ever feel like you cannot have a conversation with someone, I'm not saying you shouldn't sit back and think, what's the best way to approach this, because you should always do that. But if you sit back and you are afraid to have a conversation because you think it might end your relationship, that's not
Mm.
the relationship you need to be in.
Right. Any kind
It's
of
not
put
strong enough.
right. Any kind of feeling of I want to discuss this with my partner, but if you feel any kind of pushback, then you know that's not the person for you. I mean, especially at the
No,
dating
not
phase.
I'm not even talking about the push. I'm not talking about pushback from the other person. I'm saying
No,
if
no,
in
I'm
your
talking about
heart.
I'm not talking about pushback within yourself. I
Oh,
should
okay,
clarify
okay,
that.
okay.
Yeah, if you feel any kind of pushback from your within yourself, about I want to say such and such, or I want to ask such and such, or talk about such and such. But and if you feel like that feeling of pushback,
Dread that, I
yeah,
feel it shouldn't feel I can't. I don't think I could talk to him about this, or he gonna go
right,
buck wild if I say this, or he gonna walk out. It's time for him to walk. And that's not saying you should give up on all relationships, but being able to communicate with your mate, your partner, your spouse, or whatever is essential to the strength of that relationship.
right. Right. I like what Not So Awesome Larry said. Need an end game before moving in together. Need it.
Absolutely.
Right. So before you move in with someone, before you start shacking with someone, should there be talk of marriage, or would that totally kill the vibe? Or is that
Again, you should not be afraid to express yourself. If marriage is what you're looking for, that conversation, first of all, should have been had before you got serious with someone, before
mm-hmm,
you laid down with them. If you were taking applications for husband, then boyfriends only should not apply. So you that should have been covered a long time ago. But if you're when you get to the stage where you're like, okay, we've been dating for a year, where are we going with this?
mm-hmm,
Um, are we moving to the next step? Are we moving in together? Are we looking towards marriage? there should be some conversations about what we're doing next, what happens next, because we're not going to continue doing the same thing next year. Hold on, what was that? I saw something says Steve the Dean. Okay, Snuggles. Snuggles is
Hey,
on.
Snuggles, how are you, baby?
Let's see.
I mean,
When are you
where's
going to bring your
Snuggles?
friend back? Steve the Dean and the three of you are always have very interesting conversation. You all have a unique concoction you all put together.
Snuggles, where you been hiding? Have you been seeing him around, Kay? Have y'all in the
Yeah,
chat?
he snuck in a few times.
Right. Okay. But he used to be hitting it hard. What you been up to, Snuggles? You're probably some big time corporate lawyer or some kind of high end position or something. Who
Is
knows
that
a
what you
Snuggles?
think?
Yeah, I really do. I really think he got something high end going on. And he likes to play around on YouTube and be goofy and mysterious and weird.
You so special.
Me say, I never like conversations when it become an echo chamber. You do not learn much from that. You ladies seem not to create an echo chamber. So keep up the great work. Good work. I say great.
Thank
So
you, Snuggles.
I know. Yeah. Who's the real Snuggles? Who knows? We never gonna know. This just tears my nerves
Snuggles is
up.
determined to keep his identity a secret. His, her. We're gonna call him Shem.
Hey, I think it's a guy though. I'm always here. I
We
just don't
don't
say
know if
much. He
Snuggles
says
is
a
a
lot.
guy. I mean, the name's are Snuggles. I mean, that
Don't-
really does that scream masculine? Does it
no, it
scream
does.
male to you? I
But
mean, it could go either way though.
why not so Larry not so awesome Larry says Snuggles is TLA maybe.
TLA.
Or I was thinking he may be Trash Can Waves because it seems like they never together. You never really see Trash Can Waves and
Really? Now
Snuggles.
Trash Can and Snuggles are the same
But
person?
I've always said that. I always think that it's Trash Can Waves. But either way, we're
That's
never gonna
funny.
find out. I wish there was some way to find out, but we never gonna find out. He's just never gonna do that. Snuggles, how do you feel about shacking up? Now, so awesome. Larry said yes, maybe Trash Can Waves. How do you feel about shacking up? Hey, Poppy.
Is Poppy Blanco on? All right.
Hey,
What's up,
Poppy.
Poppy?
That's stuck in my head. He has a video. He has his own YouTube channel
Uh-huh.
now. He has it now. It
I don't think I knew that. But go ahead.
yeah, so yeah, check out Poppy Blanco new channel. And he has a clip of him partying with Henny and all this in the club, and it's like, hey
Uh-huh.
Poppy. And now it's just stuck in my freaking head. I just keep thinking about Poppy and hey Poppy.
Okay.
Poppy, how do you feel about shacking up? How do you feel about that? Snuggles, you ain't answered me yet. Now stop playing with me now. This is when things get nasty. Shoot. Anyway, so okay, so you know it's that weird period where you're dating. Thank you, Poppy. Long time no see, Poppy. Vega says, y'all looking sexy. Thank you, Poppy. Thank you. Anyway, so,
Okay. You
I
were
mean, but
saying?
at the beginning of when you meet someone, so you're saying like a good year before you decide to shack with somebody, or what are you
I
saying?
I couldn't see really doing it in under a year.
Okay.
I don't think that would be a good idea. But I mean, some people move fast, so I mean, again, I know somebody who was married in under a year, so
Mm-hmm.
I think 8 months, and they still going strong 20 some odd years later. So I think they just hit 20, yeah. But so maybe.
Yeah. How long y'all think to have this kind of conversation about living together? I mean, because okay, so you're saying before, and I would if I were to shack up, I'm not going to move in with someone unless I know. Only, I mean, unless you're planning a wedding, you know what I'm saying, or that would be like the closest thing. But I mean, talk of marriage, that's something I feel like the man should bring up first because they're the ones that dictate, if
Why?
they because they're the ones that
So
supposed to
you're
get
not
down and in.
intentionally, then you're not dating with intention.
I'm dating with intention, but it's
How are you
certain.
dating with intention if you're not even going to bring up marriage?
Well, I mean, when it comes to gender roles and certain things are just
I
what
didn't
it
say
is.
propose. I didn't say propose. I said
Right,
just have the conversation.
right, right. But I think since the man is the one that's going to ask, like we're gonna, I mean, when you meet someone, you're gonna be like, okay, I'm not, I'm into, I want X, Y, and Z. Like it's no secret with me personally. I'm not gonna just be dating just to fuck. I'm not gonna do that. Hey Von Bryan, greetings, ladies. Is passing through to show support. Thank you so much. Shacking up is good. Okay. That's something you discussed at the beginning, but when it comes to like getting married, letting someone know your intentions is one thing, but when it's that time, I think the man should bring it up because they're the ones that are going to be doing the asking and then we discuss it. But if they're not asking within a certain time frame, then it's going to be a problem.
Right,
I
but you
mean,
didn't set expectations. So
when I
now
said,
you're expecting him to come through with expectations, and he didn't even know there were expectations.
well, this is when you start
So
babying
this is how
men.
you
I mean,
avoid wasting time by saying upfront what you're looking for.
right.
Not to
Yeah,
say
I
I'm going
agree
to
with
get
that.
it from you. I'm just saying this is the track I'm on. Are you on that track, or are you leaning towards that track? If you're a confirmed bachelor for the rest of your life, then I need not, deal with you on that level.
Right.
So let me not waste time, because I ain't got no extra time just sitting around waiting to be played with.
Right.
Yeah, stay over there in your confirmed bachelor lane. I'm not mad at you. I appreciate your honesty, but I got to roll.
Right. But I was
And we
saying that,
wasted no one's time. Not a dollar was spent. There was this conversation had, and we learned some things about each other. It gave us some insight as to whether or not we need to spend any real time together. And the answer is no. So I'm going to keep it pushing.
I've been saying that at the beginning, you should make it clear what you want. Like when I meet some, what happened?
Oh, sorry. Maybe don't.
Really?
I swear, just I got some issues today. So
Right. That's
I
what I'm
had a
saying.
random
Really?
thought. You said in the beginning, girl, I went to Genesis. So
In the beginning. Well, I'm surprised
there was
everyone didn't.
nothing. So
I'm surprised you didn't pass on and go to sleep then.
I was just saying, I'm trying to work with it. I was gonna just leave it alone, but you had
But
to
I
ask.
think, but
Okay,
yeah, but
keep
at
going.
the beginning, you should let someone know, like, listen, I'm dating to find someone because I want a life partner. I want to get married. But let's say you're, 6 months into it. I'm not going to bring it up anymore. I already let you know why I am dating. Now, at this point, I want the man. I don't want to have to baby. I want a man who's going to take charge, and that's because that's going to be the kind of husband that you want, right? So someone
It
that's going
sounds
to
like you
take,
about to lose. You about to waste a lot of time. But go ahead. That's
I
games
mean,
that we can play. We can play those games in your 20s and early 30s, maybe. But after 35, ain't nobody got time for them games to sit around and wait and see what he's gonna do. That's why I'm saying you got to state your intentions early on,
right. Okay, so we agree on
and
that. So I agree on that. Okay. So
and then
where am
you
I,
got to set
where
some
am I
time
going wrong?
stamps. We're gonna have to time stamp this shit.
Like how? What do you mean?
You sitting there saying after 6 months you're not gonna mention anymore. So are you walking after 6 months?
Yeah, I mean, at 6 months, I should be hearing something. If I don't
Right.
hear
So if you
something
don't
by a
hear anything,
year,
you're walking.
yeah, and then I'll let them know, like, listen, then this is when it gets a little dicey and it becomes almost like a game. That's when I'm like, okay, I just think it's not going to work out, blah blah blah, and then it'll come up, if I go, what's wrong? We're fucking and it's great, because it will be, and I would be like, well, yes, the sex is amazing, I get it, because like I do my best every time, but when I do it right every single time, baby. But I'd be like, but it seems like it's not going anywhere. Like I said at the beginning when we met, I'm dating to find someone to be a life partner. I want to get married. And it just doesn't seem like something you're interested in. And then he's going to be like, well, why you say that? And I say, well, fucker, you're not bringing it up. And then he's like, oh, I want to marry you. And then we have sex and then we never talk about it again. Then it's 5 years later.
Wow. Wow.
Because that's how that would go.
Oh yeah. Now don't get me wrong. Definitely sex can be a distraction, but 5 years later,
Okay. No, I
you
mean
might give me
clearly,
for about 3, 4 days before I bring it up again.
right? Yeah. I mean, but that's how I would bring it up again if he's not bringing it up, and then at that point I'll probably be a little dicey. I'll be like, well. you're not at this point in the game, especially when I already stated it months before, that's when I'll be like, even if he were to bring it up after the fact of me saying that I think we should end it, I just
Hmm.
would not feel right in a relationship anymore. I just would not. Poppy Blanco, I am not a man. If I was a man eater, I would be eating men right now. I haven't ate a man in 16 months. Good, shoot, it might be 17 months. What's today's date? Yeah. In 19 days, in 9 more days, it'd be 17 months. God dog. Yeah, we should, like, TLA said he's gonna have like a big 100K party. We should have a big 2-year, 24-month party. Because I'm really
Ew,
edging on
is
that
that what we
24
want to
months.
celebrate though?
Yeah, I'm just being sarcastic as hell. Okay, hey, Big D, 6 months and you want marriage? The man is,
Not
wow, really
marriage at 6 months, but
talking
wanting
about
to
it.
know where you stand at 6 months is not unreasonable. Do
Yeah,
we
so
see a future together? Not necessarily, okay, you gonna marry me next month? You gonna marry me next year? It's not necessarily that. It's where do you see us going? That's an okay question to ask at 6 months. You want to
right.
make sure that you're on the same page,
Yeah,
at
do you
least the same chapter of the book. Dang.
no, right? Or the same book. I mean, so Big Dave, well, how do you feel about that? Like, I mean, when do you feel that the discussion of marriage should be brought up? And, like, how do you feel about that? Poppy says, show
When
us.
when the penis is broken, that's the that's always the answer. When the penis is broke, then we could talk about it.
I know, right? Yeah, when you ain't good for nothing no more. We say, show us your sex calendar. We don't believe you. What sex calendar?
They want to know if you're marking off a calendar.
No, I just remembered, and the only reason I remember the date because one of my coworkers, she was with me. We went to get lunch and we was at a restaurant, and I was with my ex at the same restaurant the day before. So the same waitress was like, "Oh, y'all was here and y'all was having so much fun," and then I had to tell her, "Yeah, fuck my ex husband, whatever." And so we had a picture. We took a picture at the restaurant, and so that's why I remember it was the 19th because she's like she had it in her phone or whatever. Yeah, show us a sex calendar. So stupid. Yeah. Anyway, back to the topic at hand. Okay, so boys shack, men build. So what does building mean?
Building, well, again, it's starting that legacy. I mean, we can start with a house, you know,
Hmm.
but you're building a future. So that would include a home, that would include working on your finances and securing something, owning property, making sure there's something for your kids, just building your legacy, building your generational wealth, providing all of those things go into building versus shacking. Shacking, there's no foundation at the end of that. You
Hmm.
know, shacking has a time limit. At least it should.
So what about if you buy a house together and you're shacking in a
I
house?
don't think that's a great idea. I think if we're going to live together, um, the house needs to be in one person's name. But versus like if I was single and a fella and I decide we want to live together, but we don't want to live in an apartment. We want to buy a house. One of us needs to buy that house because if this does not work out, uh, I'm not refinancing the house to give you your equity out of the house so you can bounce.
Hmm.
You know, that now that might be a hard pill for some people to swallow. So might also have to be a situation of if I get the house in my name, then I pay the rent and you pay all the utilities, kind of thing. Versus we splitting the rent because some people might feel some type of way about putting equity in someone else's house.
You know, let me ask you a dumb question. This is gonna be
Yeah,
a real dumb question. So if you're shacking up and you want to buy a home together, can both of your names be on the home?
yeah.
Okay. So
You can get
okay.
the loan in both of your names. It'd be stupid, but people do it all the time.
Okay, gotcha. Rod Kelly says when you make it known that you want marriage and he is still dating you and y'all discussing future plans, normally 1 to 2 years is enough time. 1 to 2 years.
Absolutely.
What is he talking about? 1 to 2 years
It's
for,
saying 1 or 2 years to figure out what you're doing,
okay, 2 years
where
is a
you're
long
going. Are
time
we
now.
still dating? I mean, are we moving towards marriage? What are we doing?
Mm-hmm.
How
Legacy
long
is a
we gonna
long
play
time.
this game? We're not gonna play footsie forever.
You so firm about that.
I am so firm about that. I'm like,
So what? So
I
what?
have a firm calendar in my head as to how long I would put up with bullshit.
Right. So why? How? Why do so many women do it? Why do so many women? So the women who are
Because
checking up,
people tend to look at time spent versus future investment. So they say, "Oh, I've already put 3 years in." Well, how many more years are you gonna give? So then you're gonna be at 6 years. So I'm like, well, it's already 6 years. I mean, so what am I supposed to do? Just throw away 6 years? No,
mm,
you're supposed to move on with your life
right?
because this person is
Exactly.
not trying to move forward with you. So
Right.
accept that and move on. Now, if you're perfectly fine with being a girlfriend for 30 years, then be a girlfriend for 30 years and shut up about it.
That's what I'm talking about.
But if you want to be a wife, then you have to stick to your goals. And it's not saying you have everything has to be written out and you got a firm date for this, a firm date for that. But you need to have some type of schedule in your head to some degree that says, okay, I'm not going to be a girlfriend but so long. At some point, I have to decide if I really want to be married, if I want somebody to put me first, if I want someone else's last name, then I'm going to have to look for a person that's looking to give that to me. But a
Right.
person that's looking to date me forever is not looking for a life partner because I'm not going to be a life partner as your roommate.
Right. Exactly. Let me say, Poppy Blanca wants to know how long did you shack up with your husband, Kay? Does that even count? College?
4.5 months.
Yeah, but that was college. That doesn't even
Oh, I
count.
know. I would say about 4.5 months we were shacking together. But this is the thing. We on now our time schedule was different. At 6 months, he told mind you, I wasn't asking him about marriage or what are your plans towards me because
Right,
I
and that's
was
how it's
young.
supposed to be.
So my
Yeah,
time frame
exactly.
was very different. I wasn't on a
Right.
marriage track when we met. But at
Mm-hmm.
6 months, he told me he planned to propose on our 1 year anniversary.
Mm-hmm.
On our 1 year anniversary, he proposed. 6 months later, we were married. But we started living together maybe a week or two before that 1 year anniversary. I think we were living together maybe 2 weeks before that. And it wasn't even a planned thing of we're going to live together. It was his scholarship ran out. So I was like,
Mm,
well, shoot, we could sleep together, we could stay together, whatever. So that's
right.
it. Just kind of happened. It wasn't a planned thing. So my time frame as to when everything went down for me doesn't really apply to most people.
Okay.
So I wouldn't hold anybody to those standards. But I do believe conversations need to be had, especially when you're talking about women that are over 35 trying to get married. You don't have time to waste to play with people that are playing games. So you
Right.
need to eliminate the rubbish real quick and continuously seek someone who's seeking what you're seeking.
Mm-hmm. We say, damn K. We say, damn K, put that poom poom on him and force him to marry you. Okay,
Oh,
you put that poom poom on him. You put that poom poom on him. You better do that, girl.
even addressing that with a response. He had a basketball scholarship. Someone asked that question.
Okay, people know what type of person they're dating. Some people try to change their behavior. Ooh,
Yep.
for real. For real, definitely. Listen, Poppy
And
says, so
some
you're
people, go ahead.
oh, okay. Oh
I
no,
already
no,
responded
that's the
to that
thing.
one.
Gotcha, gotcha. And we're not gonna be hanging around too long tonight. But I already put the link up. So if y'all want to, if y'all guys want to come up and discuss marriage and shacking or legacy or anything like that, please come up and let's hear about it. I would love to hear about it. Vega, what's your view on it? I don't think you said really what your view of shacking up or was the timeline or anything of that nature as of yet. So Listen, ladies, okay? The marriage brokerage firm, we are very into wanting Black women to get married. We are at we are projected to be 62% of our community that are not who going to be single. Okay. Black men, they're going to be fine because they don't mind divesting. They don't, they going to do whatever. Okay. But as Black women, are some of the most loving, caring, nurturing, mothering women. But we are projected to be alone. So we have to have a game plan. And I think, excuse me, that's a lot of our issues without not getting married. We don't have a game plan. And I will agree. That's why my marriages weren't successful, because I didn't have a game plan. A game plan of, to make sure this marriage is successful by marrying the wrong people in the first place with the wrong intentions or whatnot, not reading the room the right way, marrying people, so you have to be intentional and you have to have some kind of game plan. With that being said, shacking up with no kind of game plan, letting, not having those conversations, that's just not the way to get married, ladies. That is just not the way to go. And men that are listening, don't, do better. Don't take advantage of a situation because you feel like you can. Don't, if you know that a woman wants to get married, which all of us usually do, and you rarely may find a woman who just really just wants to shack up and they okay with it. But for the most part, we need to be more legacy. Like Kay said, that's my favorite word, because that's something that marriage, I feel like marriage only can bring, is a legacy. Yes, you can have your own thing being a woman, you can have your own thing being a man. But when you have a legacy, that forms a unit and that creates legacy, I believe, in my own opinion. Hey, Trash Can Wait, still hanging even though your boy Steve blocked me. Oh my gosh.
That is so crazy.
I
I could not
know.
believe that Steve blocked you. But why? Why would he block him?
Why? I mean, can you say trash? I mean,
That's very feminine.
that's a side note, but yeah, Trash Can Wait, can you say why he would have blocked you? I mean, I know you was you was getting riled up and was ready to
I didn't even
dig
see him
in.
get real crunk. He made a couple of comments I know Steve didn't like, but dang, that's some old girl shit. Come on now.
Let me see. Here's Poppy Blanco. Here's Gail's email. Let me go and take a picture of that while I'm thinking about it. Yeah, but women, yeah, we have to have a game plan. Listen, don't shack up with a man thinking it's just going to flow. Okay, if you're going to live with a man for a period of time before you get married, the odds are already against. First of all, when you get married, how many people get divorced? Like over 50 to 60% of all marriages in divorce. Okay, now you take a sector of people who living together before marriage, you even more so, from what the studies say, have a higher chance because of the lack of mindset of commitment to last in a marriage and leads to divorce. So women, we have to be intentional. We have to be marriage minded if that's what you want. Do not deal with men like Poppy Blanco. I'm just joking. Don't deal
I'm
with
about to say,
men.
wow, we putting him out there like that?
I love him. I just messing with him. But we have to deal with men who want to get married. We have to read the red flags, and living with someone is not a guarantee. This does not build legacy. This is not legacy minded, and men are the ones that build. So only have yourself available to men, because those are the ones that's going to do right by you and open you up to legacy, period. Yes, you can have your own legacy, your own thing, but I don't think it's a legacy unless two people are joined together and building from there. Vaughn Bryan says, when I met my wife, we both became shacking and fornicating fools. We've been married going on 20 years now. Although I don't condone shacking up, you should have a game plan. Exactly. I love that.
Okay. Now, how long did y'all shack before you got married?
Yeah, Vaughn, how long? Yeah, Kay asked, how long were y'all living together or shacking up before y'all got married? And, and Vaughn, why don't you condone it? Even though if you've done it, why don't you condone it? And there's plenty of things I've done that I don't condone, of course, but that comes with, knowledge and not knowledge, what do you call it?
Wisdom.
Life experience. Yeah, wisdom,
Hmm.
life experience and stuff like that. Life living together is telling. You get to see day-to-day behavior is what you truly want in a spouse. I mean,
Yep. That's
and
what
it
I'm saying. You can put that show on forever as long as you got your place and I got mine. Can't do that when you're under the same roof.
right. But some women, they'll still we hear stories how women still keep their makeup on and they'll still, do all this X, Y, and Z until the marriage comes, and then men will be like, whoa, what the hell is this? I mean, let's be real. Men, y'all kind of, y'all not really that detail oriented. Let's be honest, okay? And if it's anything about women y'all want to say, feel free. It's cool. But, there are some things that women can fly under the radar, up under your noses, and y'all won't know. So
Do
but
tell.
like I said, just like with the makeup, you can keep that makeup on, keep the eyelashes on, whatever like that. Me personally, I'm just way too lazy. As soon as this live off, I'm busting out. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm snatching this wig off. These eyelashes
And
coming
she's so
off.
serious.
I
She's
am so
so serious.
serious. You will see what you gonna get. Hell.
Look, y'all just don't know what I've seen backstage.
Okay. I am not playing.
Oh
And I
Lord.
and that's I mean, hell, we do this long enough. I'm gonna just come on, stumble on live
No,
looking all
ma'am. I'm
crazy.
not. Nope. I'm not gonna get on live with you
I
because
will. I don't care. I really don't care. I really, I just once I get comfortable, it's a wrap. Let me see. Living together is telling. I read that one. Glad you are here, Trash Can Waves. Yes, we are too. I can believe it. He has a fragile ego. Ooh, Vega. Vega's been coming for his neck for a minute. He's a major pussy cat. Who is Steve? Gail at night. Steve is Steve the Dean, the man mindset. And we do like a weekly show
with him.
with him. Yes. Let me see. Let me see. Those betas going to bow down. Trash can.
I believe. Well, I believe his audience is full of beta males. They're not alpha males. They are. They are some weak-minded men over there because for them to have the mindset that they have to be weak. Real
But
men don't think like that.
that's the whole premise of his show, though, to get the beta males to become alpha males.
Mm.
And say Gail at night, the loser that comes on every once in a while. Wow. Trash can, and I never in Trash Can Ways, he can turn that alpha male on 10. Like, God, dog, he can really turn it up. Let me see. Did you change your name? Trash Can Waves Travels? Trash Can Waves, you change your name?
I didn't see that in the chat. Hold on. Let me see.
Let me see why you look at that. Power Gear says young single mothers must invest more time with that male female child. An option for the game plan. Protect that cookie. What does Power Gear mean by that?
Saving young single young mothers must invest more time with the male female child. Yeah,
So
well, I
basically,
know what he means by protect the cookie, but I'm trying to correlate it with the rest of the statement. Young
I think
single mothers must invest more time
I
with
think he's
that
trying
male
to say
female child.
I think what he's trying to say is instead of worrying all about that man, especially when it comes to shacking up, because a lot of times that's a great point. A lot of times children are involved. And so instead
Well,
of
yeah, now that's different. Now, when there's kids involved, I don't believe shacking up is okay at all, unless that's their
mm,
daddy. But but even still, if the goal is marriage, no, no, I don't believe shacking up in front of kids is a good idea.
why not?
Well, my kids would if my husband and I had split at some point in time, no man would have ever seen my kids. Then I just don't believe you're supposed to bring random men in front of your kids or even a long-term boyfriend, especially while they're really young.
Hmm.
That your kids don't need to see men in out of your bedroom. Nope, they got a daddy, so I don't need one of those for them. So no, I would be dating undercover and going somewhere else, but I wouldn't bring anybody in front of my kids like ever And I don't believe your kids should see you shacked up with someone that's not your husband. Excuse me, yes, shacked up with someone that's not your husband. That's exactly what I meant to say.
Okay. How do y'all feel about that? Do y'all think is a difference with shacking up versus shacking up with some with children? How do y'all feel? And back to Power Gear, so he was basically because a lot of times as women,
Why don't I see Power Gear's statement? Was that a long time ago? Okay, I found it.
okay, a lot of times
Uh,
as women, we are so focused on getting a man, or or what to do for that man, or whatnot. We're not focused on our children. So I believe that's what he's getting. That's an excellent point. Instead of trying to do all this work around for these men, handle our kids first, and basically stop giving out too much ass. I guess that's what Power Gear is trying to say, right?
yeah, I think so, but I want him to clarify. I was trying to get it together. Hold on.
See, Vaughn Bryan said they shacked up for 2 years, but we got married short after. Okay. Y'all come on up and let's talk about it.
Okay, so
Poppy.
hold on. Power Gear said we want change in our community. We have, I guess that means we have to develop our children early before the world influences them.
Mm-hmm.
I totally agree with that. I
Yeah.
totally agree with that. Hold on before the world.
Let me
Yeah,
see.
we got it. We have to get our kids first, and that's in all
Right.
aspects. That's even in that, like we all talk about the talk we have to have with our boys, as far as interactions with the police. Long before we even get to that, we have to teach our kids discipline. We have to discipline our children. That doesn't mean you got to knock them upside their head, but they need to understand authority at all points in time.
Mm-hmm.
Because if we don't get them straight, they're gonna get snatched up.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's definitely our job to lay that foundation, and that goes back into the whole shacking up in front of your kids. If that's what you're showing them, then it's not setting a good example for them. And kids should never see their mom in bed with somebody that's not their husband. That's just my opinion.
Right. Let me see. Poppy Blanco, why you always hating on me? That's why I took that shot at you earlier. The marriage brokerage firm wants a fourth marriage, fellas. Run! Oh, screw you.
Oh, he coming for your neck today, isn't
He
he?
always, he always come for my neck. He always do. And I just be like, whatever, Poppy, because his name is Poppy. He got an accent. I let him get away with stuff. Wow. If his followers had any success with women, they wouldn't be online. Ooh, Vega get rough. Vega, what
What
is
did I
going?
say? I
If his
missed that one.
followers, if I have it on the screen, if his followers, like referring to Steve, had any success with women, they wouldn't be online. Okay.
That part, yes. And they be sitting right there with us at 1 o'clock in the morning, still online listening out.
I mean, I'm doing it because I'm not
Oh,
getting laid.
hold on one
And I'm
second.
trying to
Hold
get
on.
this YouTube going.
You're not live, right? Hold on one second.
Okay. Ladies, listen, ladies, what I told you is just between us, right? Oh, yeah, yeah. We got you, Vaughn. Yeah. And please don't tell anyone I haven't had sex in like 16 months either. That's just between us. Yes, Steve blocked him from this channel. Wow, that is crazy. Trash Can Waves has 2 channels. Okay. I didn't know that. Hey, ladies. Hey, my Vivid Life. How are you? You know what?
Sorry.
No, you're fine. One of my main when I was not working for those 2 months and like living my best life, my vivid life and me, we were like so cool and we would just talk and whatnot. And then now I'm back at work, and so I just miss so much. So one of ooh, what's that? Ooh, hold on. So I gotta make this YouTube thing work. So me and my vivid life can be little buddies again, like we were. Hey Poppy, what's up? So you gonna say it to my face? Say it to my face. Say it to my face. I
What you
dare
want me to say,
you.
baby? What you want me to say?
Uh, I mean, what you just said, were you talking smack, right?
You
About
see,
telling me to
you
run
see
from
how
me?
quickly her voice softened just a little bit.
Hey man, hey, no inglés.
That,
No
that,
hablo inglés. No
that,
hablo
that,
inglés.
that accent kills me, man. I can't. How can you be mad at someone but sound so sexy? Who with long dreads? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
How
how you
can
doing?
you?
How you doing tonight?
We're doing great. How are you doing, sweetheart?
I'm better than which I would right now.
Okay, okay. So what you got to say? I mean, I still want you to say it to my face. What you got to say?
Okay, I said, you see, I'm a real G, so I'm gonna tell you in your face that the
Word.
for married, the for husband is not coming anytime soon.
Dang, that's harsh.
I
Whew,
ain't
so
asked
I'm
you
gonna
to
been
say.
lied.
I ain't asked you to say
I
that
just
now.
hey.
You are so mean to me. God, no. That cuts me
That,
like a knife.
ouch, that hurt
hey,
my feelings.
hey, yo, no, I just play. I just play.
No, you're not.
Just
No,
settle
you're
for a
not.
boyfriend. I already told you what I think. You should settle for a boyfriend, check up with that nigga, and y'all gonna have a beautiful life.
I
I'm
will
telling
never
you.
settle. I know you're telling me, and I understand. I understand that I'm old and I'm used up and
No,
I'm
no.
tired, but I will never give up, Poppy. I will have a fourth husband. And they
How
make
old are
and
you?
you,
Like 25?
yeah. And if you keep playing around, I'll make you marry me. I'm not playing with you.
Ooh, yeah. I don't know about that, man. I'm
You're
hard
gonna
headed.
have to shack first.
No,
Yeah,
no,
for like
no, we
7
not.
years.
And we're gonna have a StreamYard wedding too.
I don't. They don't want to see that. People don't want to see that.
So
Oh,
what you
we
guys?
televising that. That's gonna be live.
I know. Whoever I get married to, I'm gonna have to stream yard for real. So what you got to say? So what's going on with you? How do you feel about this shacking up situation? I mean, how do you think women should approach it? All this good stuff.
I believe that you should live with the person that that you're trying to like marry. At
For how
least
Okay.
for
long?
6 months. I say 6 months to a year. So you
Okay.
can see how they move. That's why. You don't want to
Mm-hmm.
just jump into a marriage and don't know like if these people is dirty or clean. You don't know. You know what I mean? Like when you live with a person, you get to learn about that person a whole lot more than just coming over and stay the night, staying the weekend. That's different. That's a different ball game.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Okay.
what I asked Kay earlier, how long she was checking up with her boyfriend at the time, which he became her husband. And she said, "What, 4 months, right?"
4.5. Mm-hmm.
You mark it on your calendar, 4.5.
No, I just happen to know because let's see, we lived together from like end of August to mid December, and then we were married in February.
Well, that was fast. You said what? You've been with him what, 30 years, right?
We've been together almost 30 years. Yeah.
God damn,
Married.
that's a
Married
that's a
almost 30 years.
beautiful story, yo. I think you should use that story a little bit more, yo. And you met him in college, right?
Yeah, we met in college.
Oh, were you what, like a cheerleader or something? He played basketball.
No, no, I was a freshman. I met him
Oh,
a
he
week
got
or so
you.
after school started,
Yeah.
and been together ever since.
When you saw that man, you was like, yo, I gotta have him.
No, not at all.
Oh, of course you gonna say no.
Huh?
Of course. So hold on. Obviously he approached you, right?
No, well, you know what? Okay, I'm gonna go on and tell the story real quick, short version. I met his roommate at a card game one night, and I had his roommate's hat, so I reached out to him the next day. It was like, "Hey, I got your hat." He was like, "Hey, come to my apartment and bring it to me." And of course, we're not playing that game, so I dragged Tish with me because I felt some foolishness coming on. My husband was kind
Mm.
of creative, and he had this glow in the dark colors all over his wall, and it was something everybody had to see when they come to the apartment. So when we got there to return the hat, dude was like, "Oh, you got to see my roommate's room." So we saw the room. I noticed he had big feet and he had on flip flops. I couldn't tell you what his face looked like. Next day,
Mm.
he approached me and he's talking to me out in the university center, and I'm like, "Why is this dude talking to me like he knows me?" And I looked down
Mm.
and I recognized his feet. I
Who
was like,
was
"Oh,
big?
this is dude's roommate." Couldn't remember his name or anything. And then he invited me over to watch a Richard Pryor video. That's how we started dating.
Richard Pryor.
Yeah, dang! Don't
You
act
said
like
Richard
you don't
Pryor?
know who Richard Pryor is. What?
No, I love it, man. Yo, but like Hold
Yeah,
on, is he
he
alive?
had
I
he
mean, what? I
has
don't know when Richard Pryor
he,
died.
he had a Richard Pryor what you call it, Sunset Strip maybe um VHS because
Welcome to
we
Sunset.
old
Yeah.
uh, and and we watched the video. Are you a Bulls fan? Nice, I like that hat.
No, no, I just like the colors. The red is my color. That's all. I got it matched.
I see, I see. Okay, that works too. So yeah, that's how we met, and we've been together ever since.
Good night, Larry. Have a good night,
Larry's leaving
sweetheart.
us.
Yeah, good night,
Good night,
sweetie. Thank you
Larry.
for coming. But wait, go ahead, Kay.
Oh, I don't know. What was I saying?
So
I
you
don't
met
know.
the guy, and then the first day was watching Richard Pryor stand-up comedy, huh?
Yes.
So you are like you are low maintenance then.
Yes.
This
We
was
were
college.
together four
This is
months before we
college.
went out to eat.
This is college. This is college, though.
Yeah.
You should
We were
like
to,
that's what I say. You should talk about that story a little bit more because you will like kind of like let young girls know that yo, you can find your husband in college. And people is not they never told that, you know. They always
hmm
been told like yo, live your best life. Because you know when a girl go to college, man, y'all go wild, man. Y'all go butt wild. I mean, no every women, but the
Right,
majority.
Right.
right.
I
Tish
know.
and I were
I
good
know.
girls in college.
Yeah, okay. Uh-huh.
We were.
Yeah,
Okay.
me too. Me too.
Tish, weren't we good?
Yeah.
Oh gosh, you sound like you
She
lying.
was on her
Oh,
second husband in college, yo.
Shut up.
no.
You got one more
Yeah, it
time
was
and
a
you'll get
very,
married.
very low maintenance. I'm low maintenance, period. But
Yeah, I'll
um,
be quiet.
yeah, very low maintenance relationship. Like I said, we were together
I
four
see
months before he
that.
took me out to eat. I was hooking him
Did
up
you
with
like?
free
Did
meals
you
though,
like?
because I worked in the cafeteria.
Oh, okay. But let me ask you. What I mean? You say you play basketball, so I'm gonna assume you got to be around 6'4", 6'5", something like that, right?
Yeah. hmm
So you into the tall guys. So you were like, oh, he going to the NBA. Let me get on the train real quick.
Wasn't
He
even
going to the
thinking along those
NBA.
lines at all. No, no, I wasn't thinking along those lines. No, let me tell you what it was. Because I wasn't really paying that much of attention to his appearance at first. It was his brain. Like, Tish and I used to just sit and listen to him talk.
Hmm.
He's just amazing to listen to. He's so smart and he knows so much about so many
Animated.
different things. And this was
Animated.
a college guy. He's very animated. I talk with my hands a lot, but he got these super huge hands and which I just love his hands, but he got these super huge hands and he's always talking with his hands. He's very, very animated. I just loved sitting and listening to him talk.
What's up with the fit thing? You always looking at man feet or something? Like you keep saying, I look at his feet and
I
I
look
record
at
his feet.
everybody's feet, honestly, but
Wow.
yeah, I
I know
do
why. But
find,
I want to hear it. I know why.
huh?
I know why, but I want to hear it coming from you.
You want to know why I look like at men's feet or why I look,
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
it's not, it is a size thing. I do like to see some big feet. It's, a man
Mhm.
with like some little
Hold
feet,
on,
I'm
hold on.
like immediately turned off.
Hold on, but does big feet automatically equate
No,
to a big dick?
no, absolutely has no correlation.
What size are your
I,
feet, Poppy?
3.
A size 3? Oh wow, you have a little wiener.
we're not doing this, are we?
I got baby feet.
No, I've heard some horror stories from some of my girls about men with big feet that didn't correlate with anything. They just
You
had big
Wow.
lying,
feet.
okay? Don't you? Okay, I know you assess therapy. That's what you do. Like assess coach, some shit like that, right?
hmm
Is your title? Females lying to you just to kind of like be on your good side. Yo, females lie.
Why
Females
would they
always
do that? What
lie,
what would they
yo,
gain by that?
to sound cool, bro. Because like you say on the last stream, like, oh my god, like what you said, like 7% of the women only some weird number, yo.
More
Like they
than
only.
more than 70% of women do not achieve orgasm from intercourse. That's a fact. You can Google
It's
that
not
one.
a fact, yo. It's not a fact. It's not a fact, man. They
Hold
lying
on.
to
So
Not
you
a
you.
think that
fact,
you think the number
because
is
because
higher or
because he's
lower?
at that 90. Was it?
I
What did you
think
give
that
me?
number
Ninety-seven
is
point three percent.
that on rich intercourse. I'm going to give you like I say 70 rich intercourse actually. They
Orgasm.
come. Yeah.
Where are the stats for that?
That's not true,
God damn it,
Poppy.
my stats are way higher than that. I got a
Okay, your stats, your individual stats.
97.3
That doesn't
conviction
mean
rate.
that's
That's my
your
rate.
individual stats.
Right. But
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 the
I'm gonna tell
average
you how
man can't
okay,
claim that. Hmm?
hold on. I'm gonna tell you how girls lie. Hold on. I know we went off the subject a little bit, but hold on. We're gonna bring it
yeah,
back. Hold on.
that's what we do here. That's fine.
Yeah, hold on. Hold on. Look. My man sometimes used to bring girls to my spot. I used to have like a 3-bedroom joint, right? And he
Mm-hmm.
used to kill these women, yo. He used to murder these bros. I mean, no real murder. I told about he used to pound them out. Let me make that clear. I don't want
Right,
the
right.
fans to my door right now. But look,
Mm-hmm.
and the same girls used to turn around and lie that, oh man, he ain't doing nothing to me. I'm like, yo, this guy is like that. You realize that I was in the room next door? But that's how no females lie, yo.
Okay,
Most women
but
lie.
you got to remember, we're not
Oh, hold
talking
on.
about my
Lying about what?
homegirls
Hold on. Lying about what exactly? What are you saying?
saying
Lying
that the
about what?
guys
Well,
ain't
he
doing
didn't do
nothing.
nothing. He
Oh,
didn't make me come.
But
Like,
we're
yo,
not
what?
we're not talking about conversations between girlfriends. We're talking about a professional level where they're seeking help because they want to have an orgasm. They don't know what that feels like because it hasn't happened yet, and they want to see how I can help them do it. So it's not a matter of bragging or dissing on somebody. It's a matter of them trying to get that wonderful feeling they keep hearing about. So what
So
would be their
it never
objective in
happened to
lying
you.
to me? They actually have to spend their money to tell me these lies. Why would they do
No,
that?
to lie
and
some
what?
more.
Hold on. So you
They
trying to
can find
say
other girls
70?
to lie.
So you
The
trying to
women
say
say
Hold
40
on.
70?
Y'all
minutes.
try to
Thank
talk at the
you.
same time. I can't hear you.
Hold on, Poppy.
Sorry.
So you trying to say 70 is the stats are actually 70% of women are having orgasms. That's what you're trying to say?
Yes, they are having orgasms. They just don't know.
Why would you
Make it
say
make
that?
sense, Poppy.
Yeah, make
Make
it
it
make
make
sense,
sense,
please.
Poppy.
No, but I think that number is higher, man. And hold on. Yo, I'm fascinated for what you do, okay? I need you to walk me through. It's only women, right? You only coach women, that's it?
Unless it's a couple, but yeah, women.
But look, these women come to you like, hey, guess what? I got a boyfriend for 4 or 5 months. I gave him the pussy. And this nigga do not make me come. What should I do? Where you go from there? From there.
Um, well, I would want to know more information exactly what they're doing and if she's well lubricated, is there foreplay involved, and is she able to come from clitoral stimulation? Because most women are able to come from clitoral stimulation, they just don't come from intercourse. So, I have to know more about the situation before I can advise. And there are products that I sold. They will buy certain products to increase their chances or intensify their chances. So, yeah, I don't think these women are coming to me lying. What would be their objective? It's not benefiting them to lie to me.
So they can lie together with other women. So they can feel like a sisterhood, alliance
These are
sisterhood.
one-on-one confrontation consultations. Now I did parties, and so a group conversation, we all laughing and joking, but one-on-one, when it's time for them to
Mm-hmm.
do what they
And
need to do.
you got there where I wanted to go. Y'all probably start killing men on your little sex shop, huh? Like, oh man, this niggas ain't shit. This little thick ass niggas, they can't even do that one thing right. You just start killing men
But
there.
mind you, I don't know who they're talking about. I don't know these men.
You laugh at them though. I'm like, oh, this little nigga. You
Well,
laugh.
now
You know
now
you
I've
laugh.
helped some women. I've helped some women that had to do. Some women do have men out there with small penises, but they love that little small penis man, so they're trying to make it work. But they can't feel that little small penis man, so they're trying to make it work. So there are some things that I can offer that help them tighten that thing up so they can actually feel something. I mean,
What, like Kegels? You tell them to do a
huh?
lot of Kegels, like 3 hours of
Well,
Kegels a day.
there are products for that too, but there's also creams that'll help shrink it up all by itself.
Are you serious?
60 seconds, yeah.
Like instantly?
Hmm.
Then I
And
need to go to Fashion Nation.
some women use it in between men.
For real. So what
He's like,
about
for real?
if a man come? What about if a man could be like, "Yo, her pussy is too big, yo. Like, what can I do?
Then you
Yo,
need some of this
you got no
cream.
walls."
Then you need to put some of this cream in there first to draw them walls together.
It's good
So
money on that field. I should be on that field, yo. I think I can coach people.
you know what I
I'm a great.
found out. You know what I found out though. Authentic Alphas. He had a episode where he talked about because he used to do stripping
Hmm.
and a male stripper, and he was talking about like the pump, and they can
Yeah.
yeah, and he
The
said,
pump, the problem with the pump though, it can cause desensitization after a while. If you're
mm,
using it consistently, it'll eventually make it very hard for you to have an orgasm.
"Are you serious?" And
Yeah.
so he said you can get like 2 to 3 inches easily from that.
I would say on
I don't
average
know
one and
about
a
two,
half to
3 inches
two
bigger.
inches with the pump. It causes the blood vessels basically to fill up more.
Okay.
So
Well,
it gives you
that's crazy.
a fuller and longer erection. So you can get a little more girth with it. You can get another inch or two with it,
So the
but then
doctor put
you're
that
going to
shit in
have to
you.
rely on it to get an erection after a while, and it's going to make it harder for you to have an orgasm.
Hmm. That sound weird, yo. So
It's
the
just like
doctor
if you
like,
masturbate all the time. If you habitually masturbate, it makes it
True.
harder for you to orgasm during intercourse because the
mm,
vagina is not going to do what your hand is doing.
yeah, thank God I don't have to do that. Thank God.
As you
I,
said it, like you're lying. Good night, Vaughn, Brian. I know you probably already left, but thank you for coming through. And she stole my thunder. Thank you for coming. We were talking about shacking up and boys shack, men build. But we having a little sex sidebar. Hold on. Thank you, Big C Views. He thinks you're very hilarious, Poppy. You're like,
and that's my penis over here, baby. Working with a monster. Working with a monster.
Oh, I thought you had I thought you wear a size 3 shoe.
No, I'm size 10 and a half.
Okay, okay.
Okay,
So,
hold
so,
on.
you're saying you have a big one?
Um, Look,
Hey, man. Hey,
hello.
hey, I got receipts.
Are we
I
doing
got
this?
receipts. That's what I'm gonna say. I
You
got
say
good.
you what?
I got good reviews.
Oh,
I got great
okay.
reviews.
Great reviews.
Great, great.
Yo, you can
Okay,
eat that five
back
car
to the
yell.
subject.
So okay, so Poppy, how do you feel about legacy and building and stuff like that? I mean, but you're a young man, but at what point do men, do you agree like back in the day that men didn't really think about legacy and now it's more so in the forefront?
Of course, they think about their legacy. It's a
Back
different
back in
time.
the back in the day, I don't think so.
Yes, raising a family is building a legacy. When you say building a
That
legacy,
is part of
meaning
it.
what? Exactly because okay, I use my family for example, right? I'm starting with my grandpa. He
Okay.
raised 13 kids with my grandma. That's
Okay.
for me. That's a legacy. You see
You're
what I'm
right.
saying? His last name will continue living forever. And then
Hmm.
what the last generation do is teach you how can you do better than them financially. You know what I'm saying? Like if they were
Hmm.
like poor, they push their kids to be at least middle class. You see what I'm saying? They always want you to do better than they
Right.
had it. So that's part
Hmm.
of the legacy. When you say legacy, it can go different ways. Like you meaning like money wise, having like businesses, having property, stuff like that.
That's a part of it.
Just the overall umbrella of
Legacy has a lot in it. It's not just one thing or the
Okay.
other. It's a combination of things.
Yeah.
So
So yeah.
yeah,
So
it
the next
starts with the family. You got to build your family. But
yeah.
then what are you leaving that family? You know, what's left after you're gone? That's part of your legacy. So yeah, the last name, the kids, the grandkids, the great grandkids, but did you leave any land behind? Did you
Yeah.
did you
But
leave a home? Did you leave something of value to for the next generation to take and multiply?
yeah. But we got to be careful with that because we talk about our grandparents' era. Like that means they put them back like around the 40s, 50s, and 60s, something like that. They ain't had that many choices. The choices was
Right.
like they. You see what I'm saying? So what can they
But they
leave
laid
you
a
if they ain't had
foundation for us. They did lay a
exactly,
foundation for us. So that was
exactly.
part of their legacy. Their struggle is part of our legacy. So what are we leaving the next generation?
Now that's where we're going. Now we got way more chances than what they had.
Right.
You
So
see what
there's
I'm
no
saying?
reason why we should be leaving our kids empty-handed.
I I believe that in this our generation right now, like in the times that we live, we probably gonna leave more behind than what our parents left you with. You see what I'm saying? Because we have more
Exactly.
opportunity. We have more
We're
opportunity. Like
supposed
it's
each
more. We
generation
got
is
more
supposed to do
freedom.
better than the last.
Yes, bingo. We got more opportunity. It's more money over here. We got access to buy houses. It's a lot of business. I don't know. I mean, Kate, you a business owner and you married, so I'm pretty sure if something happened to you, I hope not. But let's say something happened to you tomorrow, you leaving something to your kids. You see what I'm saying?
Oh, absolutely.
And yes, like it's
I've had a
important to
will.
be
First of all, I've had a will since I was what, 21?
okay.
Yeah.
Flexing over there, man. She's rich.
Okay. Yes, yes. We was
Hold on a
taking
minute.
care of business early on.
Hold on. Hey, Blacklight Revelations, how you doing? Thank you for coming. Y'all check out Blacklight Revelation. He has like his content is like super deep, it's really, really good,
Yeah,
well put together, everything. So I appreciate you coming.
yeah, that's a smart
So
brother right there.
yeah, okay, go ahead, Poppy. I mean, oh no, Kay was flexing. Go ahead.
Yeah,
I wasn't flexing. I
No,
was
no,
yeah.
that's a
She has
good
to
thing.
show
No,
she got it
that's
real.
good. I mean, people, because a lot of us older people don't have it, so it's good to be brought up to speed and know, the what's out there and what people are into, so we can grow and expand, from what we know from each other.
okay. Well, I
Yeah.
said what I was gonna say. Go ahead, Poppy.
So like if something happened to me, my kid gonna have something. You see what I'm saying? Like
Hmm.
she will have I mean, I got a life insurance now. I mean, I don't. You see what I'm saying? So like at least she will have some money coming in. She will be set at least at the bare minimum. And most likely when it's her time to have her kids, whatever, she gonna increase whatever I left her behind, and she gonna multiply. That's the whole goal. So your kids can multiply what you did. I think that's the legacy right there.
That's part of the
Multiply
legacy right
what your
there.
parents left you with and live a righteous life. That's the way I look at it.
So you're saying legacy is not doesn't have to include marriage. That's what you're saying.
Say that one more time, please.
You're saying why you think you're trying to say that legacy does not have to include marriage.
Mm, that's a tricky one right there. It should include marriage. That would be the right way to do it.
Okay.
But
Because like you
we
said,
live in
with your grandparents, they had like how many kids together, but they were
13.
married, they were a unit.
Yeah, they were a unit.
Right.
But
You can't
back
have a
then,
legacy when you have a bunch of different things plotted all over the place.
that becomes more complicated. The
Hmm.
ideal situation is if you marry, like everybody's under one roof, so everything is as a unit. You see what I'm saying? But we live in times that you got to be able to adjust to the time. Like most people are not getting married. You see what I'm saying?
No, you
But
you know
that doesn't.
you don't downgrade, you don't adjust the downgrade. So that's the whole point of this channel. We want to bring marriage back to the forefront. And like Kay's been married for almost 30 years. She's sexy, she's fun. Marriage doesn't have to be doom and gloom. I mean, I've been married multiple times, but I don't mind doing it one more time. And it's not like it, no, it has and it hasn't
That's
been successful. No, it has not been, but I still understand the mistakes and I understand that marriage is a beautiful thing and I want a legacy. I can't, if I die, what legacy have I left to my daughter? I'm just some chick that been married a couple of times and okay, I'll leave her some money. Okay, but that's your name. What stories is she going to tell about me except her crazy mom's been married 3 times? And I don't want to get married to cover the things I've done wrong. I just genuinely feel like marriage is a beautiful thing. And it's,
Mhm.
and like I said with Kay, how many people for 30 years and they still bubbly and have the like to have fun? Like really? How many do you know, Bobby?
That's rare. That's rare. That's rare. And that's what I said earlier. She should tell that story every time because
Every time, I think y'all get
for
sick
real,
of
that
it.
will influence a lot of people. Like it's okay to meet your husband in college. That's the point I'm trying to make. You see what I'm saying? Because
Hmm.
that way, you know, you know this guy for money and vice versa. He knows you ain't with her for money. You see what I'm saying? Because when this is what most of these red pill people be preaching. They be like, "Oh,
Mhm.
get the money, then you go get the girl. I'm like, no, bro, you're supposed to be doing both at the same time. So like
Mhm.
that, the girl that is right next to you, struggling with you, you already know she in there for your money to begin with.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So when you go ahead and focus on getting your money up, right? And then turn around, trying to get a girl 35, 40, guess what? If you rich, man, she gonna look at the money first, man. You are easy lick. That's what you become. You are easy lick, brother. Because you don't know if this girl like you for your money or you.
Lick.
All right.
Oh, girl,
Lick.
don't stick your tongue out like that.
Tish,
Don't be serious,
ma'am.
man. I'm trying to be
If I
serious,
see
man.
your look, I would
It's
do
just
like I
too
did
much.
Steve that night. If I see your tongue one more time tonight, I'm click it off.
Yeah,
See why you gotta play me? Why you gotta play me?
for
See, you
real.
got mad when I
Get your
hung
girl,
up the
okay?
other night.
Okay, get your girl, man. To stick your tongue out me like that, yo. She ain't even close. So get out of here. She ain't even close, bro.
Poppy, what state are you in?
I'm in Phoenix, Arizona right now.
Okay, okay,
I'm far
okay.
away, man.
Wait,
Yeah.
I'm like,
wait, you trying to hook us up, Kay? You trying to
No,
hook us
I was
up?
just making sure he was a safe distance away.
Cause she know I'll be on you, boy. I'll be on
Like,
you.
okay. I was like, okay,
you're a
don't
good
put her
guy.
in
I don't know
driving
what you're talking about.
distance.
Yeah, I'm a good guy. I'm loyal to myself.
There you
Anyway,
go.
Black Like Revelation said, I think people don't think in terms of long term anymore, unfortunately. These days, people prioritize immediate gratification of their needs and desires without consequences, sadly. And that is
All the way true. That
so
was
true.
so on point.
So true. It seemed like, back in like, it seemed like nowhere past the 60s, and I'm pushing it with the 60s that legacy was on the forefront. And between seemed like the 60s and Black Like Revelations, tell me what you think. It seemed like between the 60s up to this point,
You don't think the
legacy.
70s had some? No?
No, I don't. That's
You
my
think it went
No,
opinion.
down
I'm
and
saying
you
the
think it
50s
went
and
down
60s,
that
bro.
far back?
Yeah, I think up to the six. I mean, what'd you say, Poppy?
It started in the 50s and 60s, yo. Because I'm going for what my grandparents tell me.
Yeah, you say it started or stopped.
You know, it start the legacy, like the building legacy, it stopped, like it stopped being like a priority on the 60s,
Okay, got
like
you.
around the
Okay,
50s.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah, and like
Hmm.
I said, I think that's pushing it. Yeah, so I mean, like, I mean, Black Light Revelation. I would be interested in see what you have to say about that. I mean, we got to do better. The first thing is the wealth factor. Now as Black people, we're understanding more so that if you don't have wealth in the communities, that's why we're so easy not to go totally off track, but that's why we're so easily to be gunned down, with a lot without consequences. That's why, as a community of people, we can be done any kind of way because we don't have wealth to back it up.
Right.
Okay. And with the overall, society, if you don't have wealth, then what are you complaining about? So we can be done any kind of way and we can march to the cows come home. But if we don't have that wealth to back it up, you have no power. So we just really have to just get more beefed up. And I think once the wealth funnels in more so, then people be um more so interested in the legacy factor, marriage and the legacy factor. That's just my opinion. Let me see.
That was kind of all over the place, but I'm trying to pull it back together so I can
Okay,
comment. But
okay. Well, pick one of the 20 things I said in 1 second.
I get exactly what you said.
You said what?
See, I get everything. I understand what you were saying.
You did.
yeah,
Thank you,
you
Poppy.
were you said you did understand her.
No, I did. Kay just
I
hating
You
on me.
understood
did.
what she was trying to say. She was just
He understood
it
me.
was just so
Kay
much. I
just a
was
hater,
Yeah,
man. That's the married girl hater blood sugar.
okay. I take that.
we say Big C View said, and thank you. I know how it is to be working and trying to listen in. So we appreciate you doing that so much, Big C Views. He says, or I believe that would be a man, marriage is a blessing, stops you from fornicating and sinning. Do you really believe that, Big C Views, or what? Um, love should not be a struggle. IMO. Struggle
In my
love is
opinion.
I know, I didn't know what that meant. I
Struggle
didn't.
love is extremely
I
toxic.
wonder what he mean by
Love
that.
is
Like,
definitely not a struggle, but that's also not saying that marriage is not work. Marriage is work. Relationships are work, but it shouldn't be a constant struggle. But you're going to have growing pains, and you're going to have problems, and then you have to decide if it's worth sticking with and staying the course and fighting through it. But
He-
yeah, go
He's
ahead.
referring to that, this ride and die culture, that struggle love. He's referring to like we are just now, I think, as well. And let me know if y'all agree or not. We're just now coming to the point, Black women, like, hold up, all this struggle love is not getting us anywhere. And we
Well,
have
okay,
been
well, define struggle love. What is struggle love?
ride
real
and
Maybe I
being a
need that definition.
being a ride or die. The
Being a
man
ride
get
or die is struggle love?
yes.
That don't
Yes,
make sense to me.
when you
no,
do it
because
for
K is real. I don't get that. Sorry. Because
yeah,
K is a ride or die. If you want to describe the real definition
Yeah,
of ride,
I feel like I'm a ride or die chick, but I don't
that's
feel
30
a
right.
years.
struggle on that.
I mean, okay, now for years there's been a culture of women being a ride and die for every man they're with. Now you're a ride or die for your husband because he's
Right.
tried and true. Now, now you know that a lot of us women are out here giving our ride and die to men who do not deserve it, especially for men who don't give us that in return. There's a culture out there of that. There's the music. You
Well,
never heard of
that's
ride or
stupid.
die? Yeah,
I mean, yeah, of course I've heard of ride or die, but when I think of ride or die, I think I'm ride or dying for this one person, not every
no.
guy I come in contact with, and that's not even struggle
Mhm.
love because that's just struggle. There's
That's
no
your
love
fault.
attached to that. You riding and dying with everybody. You have no sense of discernment of who deserves that.
Right. I mean, but that's why Black women, that's a part of the culture because we don't have that many men, unfortunately, to build with.
Oh, here
But
we
then
go.
no, I'm not gonna go where you think I'm
Blame the
gonna
man.
go.
What you
No,
mean
I'm
there's
blaming.
no enough guy?
No.
There's no
I'm
enough
blaming.
guy to
I'm
do
blaming.
it.
I'm blaming the women. This, I mean, I don't mean for this to be a pick me channel, but a lot of times in love, you have to pinpoint problems. And women, we are giving our struggle love or our ride and die energy to men and creating struggle love rather to men who don't deserve it or to every man. And that's not right. And that's why we in a situation we're in. That's why we're not getting married like we should. Are we in these shitty marriages that we should not be in because we giving it to everyone who comes in our way, comes out in our life. You don't agree, Poppy?
First, I gotta. What the hell is a pygmy, yo? I'm so sick of that word, yo. Like, what that really
You,
means?
Pick me, that's my favorite word. Pick me are women, or it can be men, but women, let's use it in the terms of women who, like let's say a man said, women ain't shit. Yeah, you're right. Women ain't shit, because we do such and such and such and such and such and such. So an example, in my opinion, and this is probably gonna be a naughty thing for me to say, but the channel Pink Book Lessons.
That girl, yeah, little
That's
country
that
girl,
that's
yeah.
that's pick me. That whole channel is pick me material.
Why? May I ask why?
yeah,
Because because
I'm
I said
unfamiliar
so.
with the channel, so tell
Oh,
me why.
well, just go on and use the very first channel. I mean, very first video.
If you're
See
going
it.
to use that as an example, you got
Oh,
to be able to explain it.
can I talk?
Yeah.
Can I finish
I mean,
talking?
I'm just saying, you was telling us to go to the channel.
I mean, well,
Mhm.
I speak colorfully, so I like to say certain things, and then I get into it. Like,
Okay, knock it out. Go ahead,
hey,
girl.
hey, whose side are you on? Are
I'm
you on?
just trying
My
to get to
side.
the
You know
point. I'm
what?
My
Have you
side.
have you seen the Pink Book Lessons, Poppy?
Yes. I like her
Okay.
voice. I love her voice.
Yes. I mean, and her material is awesome. I mean, absolutely awesome. But everything, the whole channel is
what's it called
downgrade
again?
the Pink Book Lessons. But
Okay.
everything on that channel is just about Black women. She points out everything we do wrong, and it can be something that is not necessarily in a bad light, but she'll pick the worst things to see. This is how Black women are, and she really zeroes in on all the things that are horrible about Black women, even if it's misinterpreted. But that's the premise of her channel. You don't agree, Poppy? No, because her
I
voice is beautiful.
100% disagree because
Okay.
she's pointing out the bad so people can do better. That's the way I look at it.
Mm-hmm.
So you
But
want her to point out the good, all the good?
no, of course not. I mean, that's not going to get you anywhere, but it's a way of saying things and there's a way of presenting the information. I mean, so, just the worst of how can you be a fellow woman and then pick out the worst thing every single day,
But hold
and
on.
do it and she curtails it to the men who enjoys hearing the horrible things about Black women. Black women aren't horrible like she making it out to be.
No. Now you gotta understand this, man.
Mhm.
She is in business. She got a channel
Right.
that's a business.
And it's
Her
great.
business is driving towards that particular towards that particular like, demographic. You see what I'm saying?
Right. She is.
Her whole business is about just pointing out how the fuck those shit that, and she be on point. Like, you disagree with any of those videos that she posts? I only seen like 3-4, and she be right on point, yo.
Yeah,
You
I agree
disagree?
I disagree on a lot of her material, yes.
Why?
No, I'm gonna have to watch it so we can discuss it.
Yeah,
I'm
you
gonna have to
need
watch
yeah,
it.
yeah,
Because yesterday, I'm gonna give you an example. Yesterday, I was watching a video of hers, and she posted how the baby mama called the police on the baby daddy.
Mhm.
Right, like she dropped off the baby to him, right? They got like a set schedule, right? And she called the police on him, so she can have some leverage, so she can take him to court. It was something like that, yo. Like, why would you put a little kid through that, yo? That's evil, yo. That's fucking evil. And she
That is
stared. She
evil.
was thinking right there like this, yo. Like, yeah, you're gonna go to jail now.
Right.
Like she had the police waiting when she dropping off the baby. Do you think that wasn't? You think that's correct?
I mean,
Forget her and forget him. What about the baby, yo? What about the kid?
right. I totally agree with that. So for example, let's just, for example, if a situation like that happened, like let's say Danny Lay, even though she's not Black, and what's his name? What's the rapper's name? Danny Lay, and what's the man name?
The baby.
The baby. Thank you. Who I was stressed. I was like, what's his name?
How the hell you don't know?
Well, I mean, I just forgot for a second.
I couldn't answer that at all. Continue.
Yeah.
I was sitting there going, I hope she's not asking me.
So it'll be. I know, yeah, I know that to ask you, but it'll be a situation like that where the man, it could be clearly wrong as well, but she ain't gonna say nothing about the man. She's gonna clearly say, "Oh, the woman," even though the man is wrong or the man even started it. Y'all just have you need to watch more videos, and okay, you need to watch it, and then we will come back
You
and talk
think the
about that.
baby was wrong? That's what you
Yeah.
want to go with. The baby was wrong, huh?
Yes, there was a million. Okay, he wants her out the house. Okay,
Exactly.
cool.
That's his house, and he
But
tell her
okay,
get the
but
fuck
three,
out.
but okay, but like you just said, what about the child? Is that safe to throw your child and a woman or the
The
child
baby
out 3
can
in the
stay.
morning?
He said, I know,
She is,
but I
she
think the
is,
baby can
she is,
stay.
she is breastfeeding, and it wasn't a 3 o'clock emergency. She was in bed. From what she was saying, she was in bed
Time
sleeping.
out. It wasn't 3 in the morning. Everybody was up in that house. Everybody was recording on their phone. Blah
Yeah,
blah blah.
and
Okay, for the safety of the man, yo, because she could have spin it any kind of way. She could have said, "Oh, he beat," because that's what females do all the time. Oh, he beat me.
well,
Like
first of
sometimes
all,
be a lie. You know that.
she protected him by not even claiming that he was the baby daddy. You know what I'm saying? So he knows her temperament. He know she wasn't even when she was pregnant. She didn't say, "Oh, I'm having the baby's baby." She didn't. She hardly put out any pregnancy pics or anything.
She was the side girl. That's why. That's what she. She was the side girl.
Right.
You know that, right?
Well, she claimed she was.
Huh?
She claimed she wasn't, but yeah, we all know she was. I mean, I'm agreeing with you on that. She was clearly the side girl. Clearly.
Side girl gets side girl treatment, man. Like that's how it is.
Okay.
That's how it is,
but,
yo.
But like protecting the child should have been first and foremost. So yes, the baby was clearly wrong. If he wanted some peace and he was so afraid of how it was going to spin. He could have left. He could have sent the cops to the house and in at a decent time and had her extracted out with the child. But don't do that. Don't do that. And then the image. She wasn't posting anything. He was the one. So the daughter is going to see the dad doing that to the mother and to her, all, when she gets older. That it was all bad. And it was something he created when he could have kept that private, but he chose not to because he's a little boy. He is not thinking legacy at all. You're not thinking legacy.
I agree with you.
You better
I agree
agree
with
with me.
you. I agree
Anyway,
with
Kay, what
you
were
on
you
that
saying?
part.
I was just
Yeah.
gonna say Blacklight Revelations has been making some really good comments. So,
Yeah.
and
What do you say?
there's been several of them.
I had one up on the screen. We have normalized paycheck to paycheck. It affects us different because we don't have generational resources backing us to hold us up when we make mistakes or bad decisions. When you have a partner, then you can make decisions together and you have each other's back. And let me see, agree. Maintaining a relationship is not struggling. The two are not the same. He also says, yes, back Revelation says, yes, I agree with women when they say that, which wouldn't be a popular opinion coming from me as a man, but women are right with that. Now, what is he referring to on that? Black Revelation, I know I'm a little behind, but what do you mean by that? You see, ride and die till the wheels fall off, you see. Women with complaints of struggle love, in my opinion, run concurrent to what you bring to the table. There needs to be a balance. Right, like killing it. You see, I don't think women expecting
That's what
to
I
not.
said.
You ain't never lie. I don't think women expecting to not struggle is a reasonable expectations. I think it's more reasonable than unearned submission that modern men expect. He is so fair and balanced.
Okay, that one right. That one right there, though.
You see, he said,
Okay.
I don't think that black men and women should go at each other in a black men, black women way. The issues we have are systemic and trickle down from society and remain unaddressed. Yeah, that's systemic racism, starting off from slavery all the way up to now. And it's just easier for us to attack each other than to attack the true problem. That's how it always is. It's called deflection.
It's
Why?
called divide and conquer.
Yeah. You see, fighting with each other as men and women is only strengthening the systemic issue that continues to keep us as a whole at the bottom. You
Yeah.
see,
We're at the bottom of every statistic. Every statistic, black people and Spanish people is at the bottom. No matter
Right.
which one you look at.
We have specific issues that cause problems with us. And those issues are not issues that will be addressed from larger non-black commentaries that deal with mainstream issues. So basically he's saying we have to look after ourselves because who's
Right.
going to do it? You see, Rebecca said you dropping jewels. You see, celebrity relationships and messiness should never be used to compare real world relationships to. Then they laying the baby are clowns. I'm
That
listening and
part.
lurking, but hey, girls, how do you, Poppy? Hey, Blind got his wife, dear life. How you doing? Let's see. Let's see. The struggle love thing. Oh, okay, got you. Let me see. Back was saying, duh. I think it's cool that for someone you don't know, if you have rapport, maybe shorter. I don't know. I can't keep up on target, but yeah. The main thing is, I mean, what you say, Kay?
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
The main thing is, men, y'all the one that control the legacy.
I think everybody care about their legacy in a way.
Everybody, it's a
Especially
team
men.
effort. A legacy is a team effort. It's not one person. It's not. Don't get me
Same with the
wrong.
men,
As
though.
head of household, as head of the family, yes, he should be leading the way. But it is still a team effort to create that legacy and
Of course.
continuously build on it.
Of course. But the problem is like we are divided now. We are like extremely
Very.
divided.
So when did
Everybody.
that started? Like, has this been going on YouTube before we joined YouTube,
Oh
or
hell
when
yeah! It
did?
started since I've been an adult. You start
Uh,
seeing this because everybody's for themselves, yo. Like it's like, what can you
yeah.
do for me? Like think about this, man. Like
Mhm.
y'all probably gonna kill me. Like y'all watch that Kevin Samuel show, right? Y'all watch the
Yeah.
show.
No, I
Yeah.
don't.
Every and
I'm watching.
yeah, any forget Kevin, like any of these so-called dating shows, whatever they call in, the women always ask for this gray, like they're expecting these gray unicorn kind of guys. They
Right.
be like, yo, what do you want? Oh, a guy that made 200,000, 300,000, 100,000. Oh, he got to be 6 feet tall.
Yeah, that's
He got to
goofy.
have, he got to have 20. He got to have a big feet. He
Well,
got to have a 20 pack. All of
but
these
here's the
expectations, right?
thing. They're
Now hold on, let me
unrealistic
finish. Let me finish.
expectations.
Okay, let me
Go
finish.
ahead.
Okay, give me 1 second.
We got an alpha
But
male.
never,
Oh, he's a little
Go ahead.
petty.
but never. You hear the woman say like, "Yo, I want to build something with somebody." I had never heard that.
Mm.
Never. I never heard that one. Like, yo, I want to build something special with somebody. Hey, I don't care. We start up at the 1 bedroom apartment, but I know we're gonna go somewhere. You see what I'm saying? You never heard.
Okay.
They always want this great man, and then they expect this guy not to cheat on them. Like that doesn't work, man. You find a rich guy, you better believe it. He gonna have a bunch of brothers around. That's it. That's how it is. If the women was a little bit smarter, they get with this guy early, right? And they go together to the top, and now you got leverage. Like,
Okay.
motherfucker, I was with you when you had nothing. You cannot cheat on me, and the man be like, yeah, you're right. You know what I mean? But if
Yeah.
you meet
Right.
me when I'm rich, man, I ain't listening to you, man. Fuck out of here. Like, you better be happy that you here.
But that's an
Like, for real.
you know what? I really, you really opened my brain up, Papa. You actually taught me something. That is so true. Like women do go on Kevin Samuels and other platforms, and we talk about what they do. All this. I want 200,000-300,000. At least. Da, 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 da. But we don't come on and say we want a man to build a legacy with. Have you ever heard that on the platform, Kay?
No, and I've actually been listening more to Kevin Samuels than I care to admit
Mm-hmm.
recently because, I have a distaste for him, but I have to give him some credit when he's not calling, because my issue really is when he calls black
Women.
women bitches. That just grinds my gears. Like I'm like, we can address them in so many other different ways, but when you start calling black women bitches and you're doing that shit online for the whole world to see, that eats at my soul. That being said, there's a lot of really good information he's trying to give these women, and they're just so determined to be wrong that just
Mm-hmm.
won't listen. So yeah, I can't say I've ever heard any of them come on and ask for a man that they can build with. You know, I've definitely never heard that. Definitely the six figures, six plus and height, and he got to do this, and he need washboard abs, and I've heard all kinds of other foolishness,
Mm-hmm.
but no real content about a man,
Do
and
women
and
really
definitely
mean that
nothing about
though?
building.
Do
I
women
think they don't know
what to ask for?
they don't, yeah, everybody, when we're all superficial on to some degree when we say,
Okay.
oh, we're looking for a woman with big breasts, little waist, big ass, whatever, cute face, that kind of stuff like that. Women will say we want this, that, and other. We all have our preferences for a physical appearance. you
Okay.
know we don't always end up with our preference. Most times you don't see people with what you ideally would think. Like I've seen some really good looking men with some very unattractive women, but that's their boo and they done married up to that boo. You know what I'm saying? They are married. That is their partner for life, whatever. But like, let's say, take those same men. When
Mm-hmm.
they cheat on a woman that don't look nothing like the one woman they married, and it just gets real confusing in that aspect. I'm sorry I veered off because I really didn't mean to go there just now. Charge it to my meds.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm trying to get back on track too.
You pick up a little bit.
I'm having a moment. I'm having a moment. Okay, so what was I talking about?
You talk about the women that fall into the story.
Oh shucks.
Hey, you wanna go
Oh
to sleep?
boy.
It
Where you
comes
Oh.
go?
in
Where you
waves.
go?
It comes in waves.
You was rhyming too, yo.
Exactly. She was getting
You was
it. She was
rhyming.
cooking. She was cooking. She was cooking, damn it.
Come on, girl. Let's get back on track.
Okay, what the hell was I talking about? I can see it, but I can't reach it.
We were talking about how women go on Kevin Samuels and we never ask
Oh,
for legacy and working together. We ask for
oh, I was
superficial
talking about
things.
physical stuff.
Right.
Okay, so I'm back on. I'm back together now. Okay,
Mhm.
so we all have our preferences of what we want. We all have a list, especially women. Women are really bad, and I say bad, but it's not necessarily a bad thing unless your expectations are unrealistic. But we all have a list of qualifications we want our mate to have. But most of those things are not a hard no or a hard yes. We can flex on them, but we have to set some type of standard to start with, and then you can see which of those things at the end of the day don't really matter to us. But some things, oh, this has to happen. Like for me, I'm big on the height thing. I'm not even big on the weight. I'm big on the height. I don't really care what he weighs, but he's got to
Mhm,
be tall. I'm sorry. I'm a
mhm,
tall girl. I'm not looking eye to eye with my man. I want to be able to wear my 4-inch stilettos or my 4-inch heels or whatever the case may be. So he has to have some height on him. So height is very important to me. Tish, on the other hand, could care less about some height. But for
mhm.
me, that is a hard no. I can't pass on that. I cannot make
But
exceptions for that.
But for
You
your
know.
husband, he was in college, he was finishing college, so it's not like you had a game plan, as in it's a certain caliber of a man you were going to deal with, but you weren't saying, "Oh, well, he's not finished with school, and I need to see him, into
I
the
don't think I had a
workforce."
plan.
I
I didn't
mean,
have a
as
plan because I wasn't thinking about marriage.
right, I'm just talking about, but you did get married. So
Right.
before you got married, it was a certain caliber of man you opened yourself up to, number one. And number two, and like he was saying, a lot of times in college, we're so busy playing around and being goofy, whatever. We're not thinking about
Mhm.
legacy, but it's something that we should start thinking about because time, it goes by quick. And next thing you know, and you're in your 40s and you're begging the little 30-year-olds to please screw you. You know what I'm saying? Like, Poppy, please screw me. You just get to that point. It just
Really, you
goes by
just threw
so
his
fast.
name up in there? You just gonna throw his name up in there and just keep talking like it didn't happen? Okay, just
Well,
checking.
he said he had a
No
monster. So
English,
of
no
course I'm
English, no English.
they say, Black Light Revelation said, I think if a woman is a strong leader, she should be allowed to lead and be with a man who allows that. People always reference Neo and the Matrix. What does he mean by Neo and the Matrix? What does that
He
mean?
talk about. I'm gonna assume
You,
he talk
you,
about
you
the
haven't
red
seen the
pill
Matrix, Boo
community.
Boo?
It's been a while.
The
Okay.
red pill community. That's what he's talking about. Those guys
Hmm.
that always be talking crazy. Like, you should build yourself up and put women second. But I think that's what he meant by that, by the red pill guys that be preaching a bunch of like don't get married, but half of them are married. They
Hmm.
preach not to go
Okay.
there, but all of them got women. That
Exactly.
so that's what I mean. I think that's what he means. And the whole red pill movement come from the Matrix movie. Like if you watch the Matrix, like they have you take like the red pill and the blue pill, whatever.
Right.
The red pill gets you like give you a lot of knowledge, blah blah blah, a bunch of bullshit that I don't know, yo. Like I barely know a little bit about it. So he knows way more than me when it comes to the
Oh,
red pill.
and this he says actually explained it below. He said, but they always forget how Trinity was the brain, muscle, and direction behind Neo.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
You see, Bernie
Absolutely.
says, Bernie said, as a Mexican in the auto mechanic world in 2008 to 2012, Joel Bubble, the Black community supported my business and respect to them. Okay.
That's what's up. So you
You
look no
see.
longer a mechanic?
Now he is. I don't. Maybe when he had his business or something, and maybe he works. I don't know. I'm not sure. The time bubble. A woman called into Kevin Samuels with something similar. He shot her down. So what? So what are you saying? Black Light Revelations. A woman called and talked about. A woman
Was
was
that
talking
her?
about.
Was she
Hmm?
asking for that 6-figure salary and he got to be 6'5" and what? Is that what you mean
or
by he shot her down because she came in asking for that stuff? Is that what
was
you're saying?
he or,
I
or
don't
was he
know,
talking
but
about she's
I'm
talking
gonna
about the
assume that's what.
legacy? Or was he talking
Yeah,
about
I'm
the
gonna
legacy
assume.
part of it?
Yeah, I
Because
think it was
women
him.
call into that all the time, and he be eating them
Yeah.
up for lunch. So maybe when a woman called and talk about building, maybe I don't know. Please explain on that one. Let me see. Please,
Yeah, but
thank
how
you,
you
my
seen the
good
girls
love.
that be calling him, yo? Like them girls be looking fucked up,
Okay,
man.
so this is not thing. Oh, because I have a serious problem with the way they appear online. I'm like, you first of all,
Bingo,
you know who you're
bingo.
coming to talk to. Put your best foot forward. Can you come
I
online
know.
looking like somebody? Don't wear your bonnet. Don't come on here with no makeup on your
I
face.
was yes, I just said
I'm
that
not
earlier.
saying you got to be beat to the gods, but can you look like somebody? Look like you going somewhere or something? Don't look like you just rolled over and called into the show.
Yeah, but I do you one better, Kay. Look, you know you call into a show that with a guy that got 1 million followers. I will
Why you
actually
want to be on
advise
camera
you.
looking like that?
No, hold on. If you're looking for a guy that made 200,000, wouldn't you put you on your best outfit?
Yeah,
One
because
of
he
those
might be
guys
in the
might fly you
audience.
out. One of those
Thank
guys
you.
might
True.
be like, oh, who that? Who wants the Instagram? Hey, babe, you want to fly? You want to fly to Miami real quick? I'll meet you over there. Why wouldn't
Right.
you be look the best that you can, yo? Then girls be in the bed.
I don't
But you know
understand.
what? You know what I find out? Most of those girls, they just call. They want to go viral. Number one, they want to prove the man wrong. But even though that he got a formula that there is no way you're gonna win.
But
Right.
can you
he
go
gonna he.
viral being cute?
That's true too.
I'm
And it
just
gotta be
Yeah,
saying.
it gotta be their mindset, you know. I mean, first of
yeah.
all, if you go call in a Kevin Samuels and you already know that he has his formula, you better be ready. They're never ready. And like you said,
Never.
they're wearing bonnets, looking crazy. And I hate when they come on being combative. You know that's not going to work.
I don't get it. I'm not going to my mailbox looking busted. I'm sorry. It's just not going to happen.
Okay,
I don't
khaki.
understand. You went online looking a hot ass mess.
I don't
Mm.
get it.
Where's your self respect? Where's the pride here?
Oh, hey, we have a new person. We have Mr. O is just living. Thank you for coming on. And he says if he has value, if he has value and she is unattractive, then they met before his value. If a man cheats with a lesser woman, it's because she does the things that the wife isn't consistent on. Wow, so much pressure. We always got to be so consistent. Men who men who have achieved success, you know, I'll say we have like a very, you know, tight, you know, men who have achieved success want legacy. A woman's desire is to nurture said legacy. Hmm. We see this brother speaking on things he doesn't understand. Real Donald Trump burner kind of okay. Here we go. About legacy building. Okay. Oh, hey, the lead. Oh, the lead is on. He's so funny. Say marriage broken firm and succulent. Salute to the guest in chat. Hello. Thank you for stopping in.
Hello.
Mhm. Let's see. The lead attorney. Let's see. Hello, TLA. Hello, TLA. Um, the lead attorney, do you have anything to say about legacy and building? Sorry, my
Okay.
horn is
Vega,
loud.
I'm with you on that. I'm not leaving my house if my hair is not done. Mm-mm. Sorry.
Ooh-wee.
Can't do it.
Okay,
Can't do it. I'm
khaki.
not going to walk around my house with my hair looking a hot mess. It's just not going to happen. It is just
She's
not going to
khaki
happen. My
right there.
husband could tell you. I just do not do that. Mm-mm. I don't even go to bed with a bonnet on. I'm not going to do it.
Now,
When you
Black
roll
Light
over,
Rev,
I'm gonna look like I did all day.
and that's how you keep a man, ladies.
Uh-huh.
Let me see. Black Light and that good cooking and all that good loving. He say Black Light Revelation said, if a man cheats, can we push the soundboard and say, shoot, hold on, it clicked up. Hold on. Hold on. He had a question. Okay, if a man cheats, can we push the soundboard and say chose wrong to him? Because they always blaming us for choosing wrong. We chose the wrong man. It's our fault. Okay, so if a man got to go cheat, what do you know? Y'all chose the wrong woman, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And
You're
most men
right
are just
about
gonna
that.
cheat, though.
Yeah, exactly. Most of y'all just gonna
I don't
cheat
care what you
anyway.
do. You could be
Yeah.
doing cartwheels in that bed. That man's still gonna cheat if he want to cheat.
So let me ask you this. You funny kid.
I mean, if he
Stop
want
it.
to cheat, he want to cheat. He gonna do what he gonna
Right.
do.
And that's
Yeah,
why
but
women,
women cheat more though. Women cheat more than men. Yo. Let's keep it
that is
But
100.
not
women
true.
cheat
That's
better.
not true. Now
You don't want to. You don't want to go there with me. You don't want to
I
go
said
there
do
with
women
me.
cheat
you have
better.
the statistics for
Women
that?
cheat
No.
better. Let me tell you why women cheat better. Women cheat better because women don't
Take the
fuck the next
time.
door neighbor. They don't mess with their coworkers per se. They don't mess with your coworkers. They don't mess with your friends. See, dudes, y'all screw within proximity of home. Y'all will screw the next door neighbor. You will screw your girl's best friend, her sister, your coworkers. Whatever's convenient. Women will schedule a trip out of town
Mm-hmm.
and go deal with some dude that don't even know your
No.
name. They know you exist, but they don't know your man's name. Say
Yep.
you're not gonna find my man on Facebook and start playing these games. No, you're not about to stalk me. I see you when I see you. But y'all give women full access to your life. She know where you
Exactly.
live.
Know the
She
kid's
could start. She'll
name.
find out your girl's phone number because you left your phone laying around.
Oh,
Y'all are sloppy
dumb.
with it. Women just do a better job. I'm not saying women cheat less. They
You
just do a
are
better job of it.
correct. Bro.
I mean,
You
but
are
hold up. But
100%
women
right.
don't cheat more than men. Y'all, you call up.
Yes, they
So
do.
now you,
Nowadays,
Yes,
yeah,
they
they
do.
do.
Females
I
cheat
think,
more than men.
well, why is that?
I was reading the little stats the other day, right? They say
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
men cheat at 28%, right? And they say women cheat at 24%, right? But
Okay.
this is a big but right here. It's more
Okay.
women than men in this world. It's way more women than men.
Okay.
So technically, women cheat more.
But
It,
but percentage wise, men are still more prone to cheat.
Percentage wise, well, let's look at the black community. Percentage wise, the
24 to
numbers are very
28, but
close.
there is way more women. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Right, but I'm saying, from just the black community, the numbers are all really, really close. We're looking at 48 to 52%, stuff like that. So it's not like there's a
Damn.
huge numerical difference between, how many black
And
men
that
there are and how many
and
black
this is
women.
what I'm trying to tell you. It's 3 more million black women than black men in this
Okay.
country.
Yeah.
So by the numbers, listen, I'm
I'm
a
not
math
denying
baby.
I'm not denying your math either. I'm just
Yeah.
saying it's not as drastic a difference as one would think for
Yep.
overall population.
The women is cheating more because it's more of you. That's why.
Right. I mean, but still statistically, you still, I mean, you got to still wash it out. And it's the men who are more prone to. And that's the final
Oh,
say.
here we go.
So,
Here we go.
so so how does cheating play into this whole legacy thing and building? Does this build anything, cheating? I mean, shouldn't we think about that before we get married? Like why do y'all men, I mean, why do, like, what makes a breakdown to the point you're cheating and you can just totally tear everything apart?
Man, that's a tricky one right there because I
Oh,
believe
it's
if
tricky.
yeah, because look, let's say it's a woman and man be married. I'm gonna use K for example, right? She
Hmm.
got what, 2, 3 kids, something like that. How many kids you got, K?
Four.
4 boys.
Oh boy, she fertile over there. 4 boys. Ooh, it
I
was
only, I
rough
only,
over
had,
there.
I only had one, so I guess I'm not that fertile. Wah, wah,
Yeah.
wah.
Yo, so look, let's say she got her
I don't
four
even
kids,
fertile.
like they been married for like 10, 15 years. And let's say her man slip up real quick and she caught him cheating. I don't think that should be grounds to break up the family. That's me. I think you better figure it out to work it out because it's not about you. It's about the goddamn 4 kids. It's not
Okay.
about you.
Well, okay, but my 4 kids are grown. So then what?
That's different. But you should still stick it out with your man. That's what I'm saying. You see what I'm saying? But now,
Oh,
now if it's a new marriage, let's say you find out 2, 3 years they don't have no kids, and he cheats and she want to leave, I can see why because there's nothing to keep you together.
I
You see what I'm
absolutely
saying?
agree with you. Actually, I've actually said this out loud. I don't know if I've said it online, but I've definitely said it out loud before. Is that at this stage in life, I don't know how much I care. Uh,
Girl, bye.
I would,
Don't even
don't get
play.
me wrong. I'm
Don't
not
even
saying I
play.
wouldn't care at all. I'm just saying I don't know if I would leave at this point. because there's so much time vested in it. It's not 3 years in, it's not even 5 years in. We're talking 30 years of a life together.
3 decades,
I don't know.
man.
I think I might find a way to get over it.
Yeah, and you
And I
know what?
always say that.
As a friend, I would tell you to stay with him.
Yeah.
And I've told women who have men that cheat on, because I ain't putting up with it, but y'all can do that. I'm sorry.
Right. It was,
But I told women it depends on, like you said, the length of the marriage as well. I mean, no, I
yeah.
take that back. It's not even the length of the marriage. I
It's the
feel
person I'm married to. You got to
right,
weigh your pros and cons. Now, if this is a consistent thing, we got a whole nother problem. That's not what
right,
something
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
willing to work through.
right,
But a
right.
slip up,
I
yeah,
mean,
I get over it.
is cheating worth throwing away a whole legacy for? I
I'm like, do
mean,
I get back? Can I get back?
Oh no, I don't know about that.
and then
Nah,
I
I
mean, and
can't
then
do
that
that. I'm just
no, I'm
saying.
selfish.
no,
No, no, that can happen.
and then
Nah.
See,
as
men
a
can't handle it. That was actually a comment that I wanted to address. I think it was from
Black Light
uh
Revelations,
yeah, what did he
he said
say?
that the male,
Women, okay.
oh,
Men and women have different styles of cheating and motives of cheating. It hurts equally, but the motives are usually different. It's an interesting dynamic. I disagree as far as it hurts equally. I think it hurts men way more than it hurts women. You know,
mm,
Mm,
when women
mm.
cheat on men, see, women can forgive. Men cannot forgive that. You gave
You're
away
right.
their temple. You gave,
Yeah, I agree
another
with
man
that.
been up in their spot, and their first thing, man, was his dick bigger than mine? They got all kinds of insecurities come with that. But tell me I'm lying. Tell me I'm lying. You always
Hey,
gonna wonder,
that's the only thing
if
coming
he
to your
broke
mind,
your
man.
girl's back better than you broke her back.
No, I don't. No, I mean, not to my knowledge, that never happened to me. Not
I'm
that I
just saying,
know.
but would
Like,
you not worry
look.
about something like that? Would you be able to be with her again? Could you ever trust? Because
Oh no, that's
men
over.
put us on
That's
a
over.
pedestal. Men
No,
put
it's
us
over.
on a
It's over.
pedestal to some degree, and then the moment we start messing up, we take steps down, right? But they're always going to see their woman a certain way, and the moment we start tarnishing that image, they may not be able to stay with us after that.
That's for real.
So
That's true.
So we have to stay there all the time. You might have been here and might be down here now, but when you start coming down here, it's a wrap.
so
And
okay.
cheating is definitely one of those things that's gonna bring you down here, and they may not be able to get over it.
So, okay,
I won't.
you don't think men and women cheat for different purposes and reasons?
I
You don't
mean, yeah,
believe?
men do.
You don't
I
agree?
agree they cheat for different reasons. I just say when he said it hurts the same, it's not equal.
Oh, okay,
No,
yeah, you're right. You're right.
women
Yeah,
can get over that and keep it pushing. Men,
right.
not so much.
What do women do when a man cheat on us? What do? We buy
We get
lingerie.
mad, we throw
We,
fits, we
but
waste
then
a
we
whole
buy
bunch of money, and then we
then
take them right back.
and
Now,
but
I've
then
never
we
been with anybody that cheated on me or taken anybody back that cheated on me, not knowingly. Let me put it that
That's
way.
good.
I don't know. I don't. So, but in my 20s and 30s, my answer is completely different than my answer is today. So,
hmm
And that's
right.
what I say. It depends where you are in life. You see what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like if you got kids, houses, why do you really want to do that to yourself? Like, and let's say this guy went to like New York and met a girl and it was a one night stand. Like, is that worth throwing your whole legacy away? I don't
it
think so.
depends.
You
Did he
should.
wear a condom? Did I catch something? See, those are my first thoughts. Before anything else, that's my first thought. Did I catch
Yeah,
anything? Did he wear a condom? Did he even
yeah,
try
if
to
you're smart,
protect us?
go get tested real quick before you get home. Like, you go hit the doctor, make sure everything's okay, come back home. That's what a smart shooter do.
Poppy, let me
Yeah,
ask
they
you
don't.
this.
They
Poppy,
don't.
let me ask you this. So
No,
why
no.
I'm like, so why do y'all make it seem like it's so impossible for y'all not to cheat? And that's why y'all really one of the main reasons why y'all don't want to get married, because y'all worry about the poom poom that's out there that y'all might be missing out on. And so, like, why? So, I mean, so what is it that y'all just feel like y'all, women, we don't think about that. We think about, I mean, I don't know. Do women think that way? I don't think about that. I just think about, having that
I
family
say
unit that
some
man.
women do. because like when I was getting married, I did have a lot of or several of my girlfriends say to me I should not get married till I played the field more.
Mm-hmm.
That I needed to like explore more peen before I settled down and get married. And I was like, "Nah, I'm
Get
good."
more bodies, accumulate more bodies.
Yeah, I wasn't interested in that. But my friends definitely felt that I needed to.
And where
Hmm.
they are
I
now?
was, and I was not one of those friends. Let me clarify.
Where
And
they are now, Queen?
I don't want your husband mad at me.
He sleep now, good. He good. He good.
I never
Where they are
still,
now,
girl.
What
Gabe?
you saying,
These friends,
Poppy?
I want to know. I want to know what these
Huh?
friends are like. Your single friends, they still single?
I had to think for a second. I do believe that these women are probably still single.
You see, they're playing. They're still playing the field.
Well, no, it's not even playing the field at this point. It's just trying to scratch up whatever you can.
One is married. One is married for sure. But I think there were like three or four of them, and I don't
She's
believe
like,
the rest
girl,
of them are
don't get
married.
married. Girl. Let's leave half girl. I mean, this is back to work in the
Hot
90s or
girl
something
summer,
like that.
huh?
No, but it wasn't hot girl summer back then. Who was back then? Like what TLC, some shit like that.
LC,
Aaliyah, yeah, TLC. What's
Aaliyah.
that?
You
That's
want to
what she
know
was
who the
listening to
singers
back in
were
the day.
during my time?
Wow. But Pop,
Well,
but Pop,
he just called me old without calling me old.
how do you call someone old without calling them old?
Oh, I thought I figured it out because you said hot girl summer, but it wasn't hot girl summer back then. So I want to know who was popping on those days, yo. Like who
I
was
couldn't
Lil
tell
Kim?
you honestly.
Lil Kim?
If I asked my husband, he could tell you everybody that was out at
Yeah,
that time. I
probably
could not do that.
Aaliyah, TLC, Carl Thomas, P. Diddy, Tupac, Biggie Smalls. I
Oh
already
yeah,
said
this
that.
is a minute ago now.
Yeah,
I
but Poppy, you almost got off track. You almost got. But what is it about men that y'all would push back, building with a woman, creating a legacy for some random coochie you haven't met yet? What is it? What do y'all feel like y'all missing? I mean, don't all vagina feel the same, basically? So why y'all can't
no.
calm down? Why y'all can't be focused on finding the right? Why y'all not in that mindset to calm down? Search for that right woman, build a legacy instead of worrying about all that coochie. Why, Poppy?
It's
Because coochie rules the
because
world.
in today's day, it's
Mm-hmm.
so fucking easy. If you know
I've said that.
if you a man that got his shit together, right?
Mm.
And you know what to do with women, you're gonna win in today's day, yo. That's bottom line right there. So why a
But
man
it's
that know what
winning.
to do with women, got a little job, you see what I'm saying? He got a couple dollars, he gonna run through these girls like a trap me. So why that's why he don't settle. That's why.
But
And
how is
most
that
women don't
winning at
require
the end of the
settlement, bro.
day? How is that winning? How is the coochie collection
Not necessarily
winning?
winning, but like that's what they you give it a pushback because like, hold on, man, this is so easy over here. What are the chances I get with this girl?
Okay, so
She
why
probably
do
gonna change for me.
let me be messy. Let me be messy. Now, from my experiences and being older, as you like to say, white men they don't have this issue. Seem like the black men who got the money to the rub together. Seem like y'all the ones that really pushing back that legacy
Who, white
for all
man?
this women. No, black men, white men don't
Oh,
have this issue. But
that's
as
a different
you
word, baby. That's a different dynamic right there.
But
Because white
why? It
men, they
shouldn't be marriage is
it
marriage,
is
legacy is
different
legacy. But
because they
why?
have
Because
more than us. They always have more than us. That's
but
why.
hold on, but it's always been instilled in white men that they're supposed to build a legacy, that they're supposed to settle down, start families, and
You're right.
build, build, build. That's what was laid down for them. That's what they're laying down for their children, so forth and so on. It's not taught in the black home the same way.
You're
Mhm.
right
So
because
it's
the black
it's
home is
basically
But
about
broken.
what you're teaching your kids to do.
but it's like the law. You can't be ignorant of the law, and this is just a parody. Being ignorant of the law doesn't excuse you from the law. So being not being taught this in the home doesn't excuse you from the fact that you're supposed to build a legacy.
And you're absolutely right. This is where I was going. White families, they are built different. You see what I'm saying? Like they come, I know when I say they come from money, but they have more than us because for all the fucked up shit that happened back in the day. So when it comes down to their kid, they already got a house coming to them. They got life insurance. All this
Sis,
shit
go
is
back
new
to
to
that
us right
last.
now.
Go back to. I'm sorry. Go back 2 comments and leave Black Revelations comment up. I
Which
wanted to
one?
address
This one?
that. Go.
What kind?
Um, there was another one. There was a different one.
Further up? Or the women have emotional G spot?
Okay, I don't remember which one it was, but he's made several comments I want to address, but we've gotten away from the chat. But go ahead, Poppy.
So like I was saying, yeah, like the white people, they are built different than us. Most of us grew up without a parent. You see what I'm saying? So at that point, and we come, I mean, not for everybody, but most of us come from neighborhoods like the ghetto, the projects, stuff like that. You see what I'm saying? So they're not preaching that to us. So they got the advantage over us. Think about it. When the last time you saw a broke Jewish person or a broke Chinese motherfucker? Have you seen a broke one? Have you ever seen a broke Chinese person?
It was weird seeing them work when the pandemic hit, and I guess it affected businesses. I've seen like Chinese people doing maintenance at Walmart, like cleaning, and it was so freaking weird. Oh, it was the way I just was like watching him like he was a chupacabra. I was like, wow. Like, whoa, dude.
But you see, it happened. You had to
Like,
do something crazy happen for you to see that. Because most likely have shit going
pandemic.
on. Exactly.
You're
You
right.
never,
I mean, definitely the financial situation is very different between races, so there's no denying that.
Yeah,
but,
so we got rich at that point. So we got at the bottom so much that at that point we just trying to survive, bro. You know what I'm saying? We just trying to survive. Like for us, yes, living like living on and that's a fucked up mentality, matter of fact. For us, waking up the next day, that's the win, pretty much. You see what I'm saying?
Wake up with what?
Us just waking up the next day, that's like a win for us.
Right.
Most of us ain't think about the future. Hey, I never thought I was gonna live to see 25 because I was living wild. You see what I'm saying? Like I was some wild shit outside because the way
we
I was
definitely have to
living.
do better as a community.
I know.
You know, getting
That's what
back
I'm
to the
telling you.
basics and getting to building that legacy. Otherwise, we are already on the path to destruction, and it's self-destruction at this point.
And what did Patrice Garner? What did Patrice Garner said? Patrice Garner said, OG Patrice said, you know, the Black community is on life support.
I think it's gonna get worse.
True. That post lower than a mug. But I want to go to the cheating comments. Hold on, there was one. I forget. It might have been Vega that asked if emotional cheating is cheating, and
the worst.
Yeah, emotional cheating is horrible. That's one I really would not be able to forgive. I mean, technically, I think I can't forgive cheating, period. But I think I would try to work on my marriage at this stage, but wouldn't have 20 years ago. Now, that being said, all emotional cheating is cheating. Male or female is cheating. You're giving somebody a part of yourself. It's not even physical. Once you get emotionally involved with somebody, that hurts even more than you just getting caught up in having sex with somebody. That physical thing, that's that's human nature. But you start talking to someone and giving them a part of yourself and getting emotionally involved with someone, that's completely different. Like if that bitch died, I wish the motherfucker would cry. But you know what I'm saying? You're not about to be crying over your bitch. That's what you're not about to do.
You're not gonna be crying over your bitch. That's what you're not gonna do.
What we not about to do is you sitting up here mourning.
Celebrate,
no.
nigga.
Right. We're not about to do that. So
have you tiptoeing around the house because he in mourning and stuff.
Right. What I'm supposed to do? I'm supposed to bring him some coffee? I don't know. Rub his back, tell him it's okay, hold him. No, I'm gonna punch you in your gut.
Me, you gotta tell him
that.
Kate.
Chop you in your damn throat. Yes, men don't love the same after women cheat.
They don't, honey.
Women can go back in just as hard as they were before, but men
even harder.
If he stays, he is never gonna love you the same.
Or he gonna treat you like shit if he stay. If the women shit, oh my god, he gonna treat you like a fucking slave.
Yeah. If he can
I'm
even
dead serious.
stay,
I seen it.
and if
I
he
seen it
made
for
love
real.
to you before, you better believe that's gone.
Yep.
I love what Black Light Revelation said. It's an automatic termination if I get cheated on. So it wouldn't matter. It wouldn't be a matter of if someone did her better. It would be never be a did again on my end. So people cheating should cheat up and not down. He said, if you go do it
Do it
big.
right. Go up. Go up. Don't go
Yeah,
down.
but man, we build different,
Most
yo.
people don't cheat up.
If men cheat like
Yeah.
she just look good, got a little fat ass, man, we ready to go. See what I'm saying? Man don't care, yo. He just a quick 10, 15 minutes real quick, go back home. But when the women shit is different, yo. Like you actually have to like that guy to give up your body to him.
Not
You see what
really.
I'm saying?
Yeah, I just think that.
All right.
Some
Why
women
you
are
what you
not
making it?
emotionally attached to their JJs. Don't fall for the hype.
Really?
Some women can have casual sex and not give one rat's ass
Yeah,
about
but
him.
you're right. But you have to
But
like
he
you.
slang dick like no other, so she all over it.
So you don't think? Let me see, because hold on. Now I got to go back in my mind because I had a couple girls that told me that hey man, still fuck me. So I guess I was getting used.
Yeah, they could have hated your guts, but
And you have a problem with
if
that,
you hit
right?
in that spot, they'll get over it temporarily, long enough to get what they need and be on their way.
Me see.
And be in the car talking about, damn, I hate his ass.
You could be
Where you
thinking
at?
it while you're throwing it. I'd be like, God, with my ex-husband, I'm like, God, he makes me sick.
But
Ah.
the dick is so
Oh, you was one of those women?
good. I
You
mean,
hated your
at the
husband,
end
you
of the
still giving it up
day,
to him?
huh?
You said
I
you
thought
said
about I
what?
thought about pharmacy over here. She said she hated her husband, but she still was giving it to him.
My ex-husband. Yes, we were having sex
Yeah.
like a year or two after we were divorced.
And you hated
Yeah.
him. I mean,
I hate it.
quote
Yeah,
unquote.
I didn't hate him, but I
Yeah.
mean, I just shouldn't have had
My
sex with
husband and
him.
I, we have a pact. We like, yo, if we break up, we still fucking right.
Honey.
That's, I ain't ready to throw that back. I promise you.
He say,
Oh, hey,
hey,
hey, man, slow down, slow down.
we say, hey, J Rag Soul Fiesta, thank you for coming on the channel first time. He says, I think it's true. Most men can separate the act from emotions, but men also know women usually can't do that. So men thinking something deeper has happened rather than some
Hmm.
random sex act.
Yeah,
And
right
some
in my
stay because their love is deeper than just sex.
I wouldn't stay
Uh,
if a girl cheated on
Yeah.
me. That's a rat. I would
he's-
not stay if a girl played me. Matter of
well,
fact,
hold up. So you can cheat, but she can't cheat.
I never and listen, man. Listen. If a
Yes,
woman
it's a
cheat
yes or
on me,
no.
huh?
It's a yes or no
About what?
about the question of you can cheat on her and you expect her to take you back, but she can't cheat on you. You won't take her back.
My man just explained that to you, man. Like, listen,
I'm
I explained that to
asking
you too.
you.
Who?
You.
Who?
You
Oh,
don't want to
me.
answer it. David Duncan says it's because y'all got in a relationship for the wrong reasons. That's why you cheat. That's a good point. Excellent
No,
point.
that's not correct, man.
Mm,
You can love somebody. You can love with
right.
all your heart. He just, yo, I'm telling you, y'all don't go outside, man. Y'all don't understand. I don't understand what I'm trying to say. When you will be outside, it's a lot of opportunity out there. And I'm
Yes,
gonna tell you,
and
hold on. I'm gonna tell you how easy it is. One of my homies is married, and me and him take trips sometime, right?
mhm.
Girls, they see the ring and they still wanna give it to him, yo. And my man be like, "You're
Yeah.
married," but this is the point. These girls be beautiful as fuck. You see what I'm
Okay.
saying? What I'm
And
trying to say is, girls don't care. It's easy for men to shit you. Like as many times you say no, you want to break. You be like, damn, she look bad. She look good. Hey, I'm in Vegas. Yeah, let me take this down real quick. Ain't gonna find out. It's cheating. It's wrong, but it will happen. That's what I'm trying to tell you. It will happen, yo, because these girls out here,
But it doesn't have to, Poppy. You cannot put your legacy, take that chance and throw it away over some piece of ass. And just like
you're
Vega
right.
said earlier, you have to have some kind of self-control now.
You're
It's
right.
not worth it. You wouldn't take that kind of
You are
chance with a
absolutely right.
job. Okay, so what are you trying to say? What are you getting at?
I'm trying to say is that the women nowadays made it easy for a man not to wife for number one, because if you
Right,
want to
true.
a lot of easy
True.
girls, you automatically gonna think most of these bros are easy. That's
That is
automatic.
true.
Like,
That
hold
is
on,
true.
man. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's what I was trying to say earlier. Like, yo, that's why most men rather play the field than to settle down with a girl, yo, because it's hard. Like, it's hard to trust somebody, because when you get in a relationship with somebody, you have to trust them. You have to
Mhm.
trust.
Okay.
Yo, and man, I can tell you some stories, girl, but we get like S-rated over here, so I keep it to myself.
So
You
what so
get
what
you
So what
crazy.
about
This girl is
vetting?
crazy, yo.
So y'all men, y'all don't have discernment, or y'all don't have vetting skills? And so is that so hold up, you're trying to say that most men especially in the black community, because that's what I care about, y'all are pushing back marriage, y'all pushing back building, y'all pushing back legacy because y'all just genuinely don't trust women. Y'all don't trust yourselves enough to trust
That's
women.
part. That's part of the problem. Number one, number two. It's a lot of this girl got kids already, man. Most men don't
Okay.
want women with kids. I mean, I don't. That's a no, no. I mean, me, we can smash and all of that, but I ain't gonna wife you. It's not gonna go past that. You see what I'm saying?
Wow. So it's okay for you to have children, and a lot of men are like that. Y'all can have children, but y'all dare not want a woman with a child.
Okay,
Right.
I'll tell you why. Because the baby
Why?
daddy at some point gonna be beating that down. If he's a good baby daddy,
So that means
he's
you
gonna
beating
have
down your baby
access,
mama.
huh?
So that means you still hitting with your baby mama.
I'm the man, baby. I'm the
Huh?
man. I'm the man. Okay.
So if
Yes.
you were in a relationship with
We're not
someone,
the
would you still
same,
be
all right?
hitting on your baby mama?
Hey, listen, don't worry about
Would you still
that.
be getting it?
When? If I'm in a
If you're
relationship,
in a relationship with someone else, if you start a new relationship with someone else, you still hitting back?
it depends. It depends what day
Look
of the
at
week
her.
it is.
It depends on what?
It depends what day of the
Boo.
week we on.
Y'all keep talking at the same time. I can't understand what you're saying. It depends
I
on
say it
what?
depends what day it is. If it's a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, yeah, we could do that.
Dude, I'm done.
Please. Hey,
But
Big
look,
Dojo.
hold on. This is
What?
what I don't understand, yo. Most guys do not want girls that got kids. That's a fact. Like, men would mess with you. Yes, he would tell you whatever you want to hear. But the wifing part is gonna be hard because number one, there is like a no benefit for a man to be with a girl with kids. You have to raise a kid that ain't yours. There's no
J
benefits for
Rax
it.
said he
There's no
read
benefits.
somewhere that black men are married more than black women. Yeah, they are because they have
Right,
expanded
yeah.
their horizons and they will date outside their race more than
Right.
black women will. So
Black
yeah, they
women.
are more married
Right.
than black women, which is
We
why
are
we're
loyal.
looking at what'd you say, 62% of us will
Right.
probably never get married.
We
Jesus
are
Christ,
loyal
that's
to
too much.
and no, we are loyal to black men to a fault.
Yes,
But
That's a
and
lie.
to our own detriment
right, I
No, that's a
mean,
because they're
lie.
not loyal to us.
I'm one of those women. I am one of those women. I mean, I love my black men, my black man rather. And I mean, am I open to dating another race? Of course I'm open. I mean, because love is love. I mean, but when it comes down to it, I want my black man. That's just all to it. That's just all to it.
Mhm.
I mean, that's just all to it. And y'all full of shit.
In my
Y'all ain't
younger
about
years, I
shit.
could I could have easily dated outside my race. Well, shoot, I did date outside my race when I was younger, but I
Yeah.
couldn't see myself doing it today.
I love my black
I
man.
would
I'm
feel,
sorry.
yeah, I would find it degrading to lay down with a non-black man.
I love
Yeah,
my
but I
black
don't
men.
think.
I
Hold on,
love
because I
y'all.
was just having this conversation earlier, yo. I don't think men from other races checking out black women like that, man.
She
I like,
don't
Yeah.
I,
don't lie to
Let me
yourself.
let me
Every
tell you.
day,
nah,
Let
every
me
time
tell
I
you.
step out the
nah.
door,
Let me
every
tell
time I step out the door, and it's always been that way.
let me yeah, let me
They
tell you
will
something.
fuck you. I don't think they will marry you. That's what I'm trying to say. They
Oh,
will
oh
fuck
no,
Honey,
you all day
I was
long.
almost engaged to a white man before. Yes.
let me tell you something.
But
I
you're
White
stopped
talking
men,
that.
to your specific.
Huh?
This is one. Okay, if that's the case, why we don't see a lot of black women like with white guys or Mexican guys and some shit like that, or Chinese? Why we don't see that more often? I barely see that.
Of a lack of
Like I have
opportunity.
to
It's
count like.
because hmm?
listen, it's like this. I have white men at my job hit on me all the time because number one, I mean, I'm decent looking, and two, white men love money. They know I'm a walking six figures. They love that shit. But I'm not open to it. I'm not. I'm kind of open to it, but I don't give open body to a white man. I'm just not going to do it because I'm not going to be flirty or anything because I'm more so into my black man. That's just all to it. You know what I'm saying? So it's not because of the lack of, I mean, you're trying to say that black men, y'all, you have all these, options or whatever y'all so desire and black women aren't. That is not the case. We are just to a fault, and I am guilty of it,
Loyal.
to a fault, loyal and love our men, and we want y'all. That's just all to it. But so it's not because of lack of opportunities by far. No.
No, I disagree. I
And I'm gonna
disagree.
also
From the
point
white
out
boys,
almost
Well,
every man
how would you
that
know
I've
you're
ever
a
had a
woman?
conversation with
You never been
is
a woman.
already talking about marrying me.
okay. But
So,
look,
and that's white, black, Puerto Rican, or Asian.
hold on,
Had
hold
an
on, hold
Asian
on, hold
dude
on, hold
talking
on,
about
hold
marriage,
on.
and this was all before I met
I
my
know a couple
husband.
white
But I
boys.
mean, hmm?
I know a couple white boys, and trust me, then the black woman to marry. That's not their first option. Is white woman. They
Right.
infatuated with Asian woman, and then a
Because
little
they're white.
Latino Mexican. Yeah, that would be like the last option. And I know everybody's it is like the same. I know that, but most
Right.
white men will not look at the black woman way at all. They will fuck you. To marry, that's a whole different ballgame. And I asked him why. He said because I gotta bring that girl to my house. And I don't think my parents gonna like that a little bit too much. All my grandparents. You see what I'm saying? And it's a
Hmm.
lot of them that think that way. That's how I know that will fuck you, they wouldn't marry you. Because I mean their families would blend it in. And they don't want that. They don't want that.
Well, that's just the people you deal with. But as women,
All right.
we've seen it and we know it. Yeah.
All
Whatever.
right.
But yeah, I mean, men will screw anything. I get what you're saying, but
Bingo,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean,
exactly.
but
Cookie
you're
has
saying
no
that,
face.
right? But you're saying black women aren't to be taken seriously by other
They're
races, and
saying
that's
we're the
not the case.
least desirable.
Right, exactly. The dojo of manhood. You want to know if it is it natural for humans to be monogamous, at least from a physical sense? Is it
What's the
natural?
question? Where are you?
No, it's not.
It's at
What time?
12:18. 12:18.
Oh, you went way back,
I
girl.
know, right? I know, right? I didn't for
Hold
oh,
on.
time flew
Shoot,
by. They said is
30 minutes ago.
I know,
Lord
right?
have mercy.
And I
12:18. Who made the comment?
um dojo of a man. That's
Okay.
black tie, black suit.
Oh, he always
Okay.
change his goddamn name.
Is it natural for humans to be monogamous? Is that what you were talking about?
Right.
I think they can be. Um,
I think it's not
I think
human
it's natural for
nature.
you to do what you want to do. What do you want to do? Do you want to be monogamous? If you want to be monogamous, you can be monogamous.
I think it's human nature not to be in the
I don't think we
monogamous.
built like that, yo.
But that makes you that's what make us human, overriding our nature. It's our nature to probably be murderers, or is I mean, or what's the word? Deleters, or it's natural to just do all kind of foolishness. But that's the spirit of being human, is to override that and be the best version of what we're supposed to be.
But you have to make a choice. What
Yes.
do you want to be? Do you want to be a good husband, good father, good wife, good mother, uh, a leader in your community? Do you want to be a role model for your children? I mean, you have to make choices. And sometimes our choices require sacrifice. And I mean, you got to sacrifice all that extra booty out there, and that's what you got to sacrifice so that you can be a better person.
I mean, this is our main takeaway. And thank you. What's your name? Hold on, I can't pull up your name. The main thing is, men, all the coochie out there in the world, all of this and all of that does not trump legacy. We need to be more legacy minded. And I am at fault at this. I could have still been with my first husband. We could have been, working on our 20 millionth legacy at this point. I could be an at home mom doing absolutely nothing. That would have been great. But I didn't do the right things for that. So I was not legacy minded. Okay. But now that I know better, I want to do better and I want to share my experiences and seeing what Kay has, with her marriage and everything, that always kept me in, the realm of what's right and what's wrong and what's really important in life. But hey, what's going on? What's your name, hon?
I'm the chaotic truth. I actually put a link to my channel in your private chat. How you
Oh,
guys doing?
okay.
Yeah, I'm the
We're great. What you got to say? Thank
well. No,
you.
listen. I'm just over here panel hopping. Happened to see your title a few minutes ago, and I wanted to jump on the panel. You had the stream yard here, so I decided to cam up. And me listening to you for the last 30 seconds, me and you
Uh-oh.
are kindred spirits, kindred intellects. I mean,
Oh,
I see.
you talking about you and me?
Yeah, we're kindred
Hey, I
intellects.
don't come on and saying that because I'm thirsty. I will start hopping on you, honey. You better stop.
Oh no, 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 no. We're the same.
I know, I'm being
I,
funny. I know, I'm being
I know,
funny.
I know. I try to explain what you just said. I get kicked off of panels for saying. People get mad at me for saying things like it's part of our nature to be murderers, uh, um, uh, polygamists, etc. Because we are
Mm-hmm.
animals. So, and that's where
Right,
you were going, right? And so I
right,
totally agree with that. And I go a step further. I believe in science, and I believe that we are apes. I believe we are animals, and I believe that we have an animal instinct. It's just that our human nature, we create morals and beliefs, and we are
Expectation.
capable of, yeah. So that's what makes us a little bit different from the other animals, and especially our gorilla and chimpanzee cousins. We have the ability to think abstractly, and yeah, I mean,
and critically.
and critically, right? So yeah, by nature, men, yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I'm married now, but by nature, when I see a woman under the age of 60 walk into a room, of course I'm naturally attracted to that person because my biology compels me to breed. But the systems that we create, like marriage and all this order, it balances out our primal nature to go back
Mm-hmm.
into nature and just breed. So yeah, so in terms of what your title, men build, you are correct. That's the difference between man, whether you're a Christian or a Muslim or Buddhist or you practicing any of the African religions. It's your divine right to create an order and be dominant over the other animals. And what creates our difference is the fact that we have to establish order to be dominant. And
Right.
the fact is that you can't be out here running rampant doing what animals do, and any other animal can just go out there and breed all day long, but they don't create
Mm-hmm.
anything. We create, we build. And I think that's the difference. If that it's 1 o'clock in the morning, so if I'm gibbling and jambling, that's why.
Are you
But
fine? You fine?
hopefully that makes sense.
I
And
do
I
that
agree
at
with
7
you.
p.m.
Yeah, we're animals. That's at the end of the day. And we're animals, and we
Right.
create these systems. And I think acting like a boy and just I think what you're saying is the idea of I call it the eternal bachelor, just sleeping around. I think that is like a childlike or primitive like state,
Mhm.
but to create order and stability in society, we create the merit system for that. And if you look at statistics, children of married couples tend to do better in all avenues of life. Not to say that people from single parent households don't do it, but statistically speaking, married people
Yeah, it's way
and their
better.
offspring tend to do a lot better. And then if you even look at certain cultures, now I'm gonna stop right there because I don't want to kick off panel for going into the whole culture thing, but never mind.
No, you gonna say nothing worse than what I said.
Yeah.
We don't do kickoff channels.
Oh,
Anyway,
listen,
that's
I'm
another
known for
show.
getting kicked off panels for my
Oh
idea.
wow, oh wow. Well,
No, yeah.
dude,
That's
please
crazy.
share.
It's not
Look,
like
look.
your
Pe-
ideas are
pe-
crazy.
yeah, people will say you'll have free reign. You tell me anything you want, and then I start saying stuff. They're like, "Oh, get him out of here! Get him the fuck out!"
Oh really? Oh, share the craziest thing, please.
Tonight I've been panel hopping and I've been safe. So yeah. Now,
Okay.
do you believe that we are an animal and that we function off of nature, but it's the systems that we create that keeps us from acting upon our animalistic behaviors. I mean, obviously, some of us have a higher sense of humanity, while others really don't. I mean,
Right.
yeah, I mean, obviously, a serial killer, he's, I mean, he or she is so, I think, caught in that primal nature that they can't help it. There's something in their frontal lobe, or I don't know the proper term
Right.
for it, but I'm not a neuroscientist, but there's something that is not I want to say balancing out
Connecting.
that or connecting. Yeah, you know.
I think just based off from a spiritual aspect, you know, that's why we have to, like with children, you don't hear about baby murderers or anything, but once they get a little older, what's their first thing they will want to do? They get frustrated, they want to hit, if they could, they probably would try to kill you. I mean, I
Yeah,
think all of that is natural.
I think it's natural. Yeah,
Right. But from a spiritual aspect, I think you have to have some kind of core or some kind of foundation and some kind of to build upon. Otherwise, it'll be no rhyme or rhythm or reason to anything. Yeah.
yeah,
So I mean, so I think, to prevent us from being animalistic,
yeah,
and even it doesn't have to be extreme to being animalistic, just having self-control.
yeah,
You have
yeah,
to rise above our nature, but celebrate our nature as humans and having this self-control, because it's so hard. I mean, I would love, it's in my nature, and I'm probably gonna get kicked off my own panel.
hmm
Kick me off, Kasha, if I get too crazy. But it's in my nature. I would love to bang every man I can meet. I would love to, but I won't, because I have to rise above my
Yeah, okay.
nature.
Yeah, okay.
So, so I can safely assume if Idris walked into your room right now, you would end the stream.
If who now?
If Idris were to walk into your room right now, you would end the live stream right now. That's what I'm guessing.
Or not.
Okay.
But
You know I'm talking
I
about
mean,
Idris Elba, yeah.
I know I got
Yeah,
what you say.
yeah.
Yeah.
She say she might do it on live. That's what she's saying.
Oh, okay.
She might not
Oh,
end the live. She
I
might,
got you.
y'all might get to see it
I got you.
live and in living color.
Because y'all probably won't believe me, so I want
Yeah.
everyone to know, and then hopefully
Oh,
get, and hopefully get more subscribers for it. But yeah, I
Or
mean,
get kicked off YouTube. Pick one.
Yeah.
it's Idris. I don't think they'll be like, yeah, girl, get it. But yeah, I just
Okay,
it's
hold on now. What's his
mhm.
name? Ra. I can't even pronounce. I'm not even gonna try to pronounce that. I'm way too sleepy
What?
to pronounce the rest of that.
uh
Says what he said that monogamy is not natural for men or women.
No.
Well,
right. I
we're all
agree.
agreeing with you
it's not
Yeah.
that
though.
it's what you want to do. You have to make a choice in life as to what kind of person you want to be, or you can be a hoe right up until you
Yeah.
find that one, and at some point you got to stop being a hoe, man.
Right.
You can't,
Yeah.
and
You have
that goes
to.
for women too. You can't hold to the grave. You got to have a
But
game plan.
do
Shoot,
you think that goes away?
huh?
Do you think that will go away? Like for example, like you just say, like she a hoe, she got it stuff, but do you think that go away? Like her
Yeah,
wholeness
it
gonna
Do I
does.
think that the desire to sleep with other people goes away? No.
yeah.
I think it's a daily choice, just like an alcoholic.
Yeah.
You're making a daily choice what you're gonna do. Are you gonna drink or you're not gonna drink?
But
I
most
mean,
alcoholic
Because
relax
sex
though.
is an addiction. New
I mean,
booty is an addiction.
No,
I
it's
mean,
not. It's
So
not.
you
like,
have
like,
to
like,
at some point. It's like crack. You have to make a decision. Are
right.
you gonna keep smoking the crack and keep killing yourself, or are you going to change your life? Are you gonna keep chasing random coochie all over America? Or are you going to build with one person and build a legacy? Or are you going to keep hoeing and building absolutely nothing in the process? And at the end of the day, you have nothing to show for your efforts. You
Yeah.
just got all the miles on earth on your penis. But, and I'm sure y'all don't mind the mileage. Women should mind the mileage. So
Yeah.
women racking up the miles and got nothing to show for it. Now you're 45,
Right.
50, 60 years old, never been married, still waiting on a mate. and
Black
you got all this mileage built up and expect somebody to want to marry it. Good luck.
Black light revelations. The last time I checked, human beings put space stations into Earth's lower atmosphere. We put robots on Mars. We built weapons, ships, cars, airplanes. I've never seen any animal other than the human being do that. So I mean, we mass produce food. I don't yeah, so I don't know about that. But thank you, Black Light.
Yeah, he's referring
I,
to we aren't dominant over animals. Human supremacy over animals is the same as white supremacy. Now, I do have to disagree with that now.
yeah, I
I
gotta
mean,
disagree with that one.
yeah,
So.
and especially from a spiritual aspect. I mean, we were in the Bible. It says we were here to lord over the animals. We Adam named the animals. He had dominion over the animals. He had dominion over
Yeah.
everything on earth as humans. So I
Yeah.
have to now. You say everything else great now, Black Revelation, but I do have to disagree with you on that. But expand on that that thought process, and maybe you can win us over. But I don't know. What do y'all think? Do y'all think we dominate over animals, or y'all think it's
well,
like
that's
how,
what I said when I first got on the panel. I clearly, I said that. We have a divine right to be dominant over the other animals. Yeah.
Right.
We are dominant over animals, and it does not compare to white supremacy. I don't think that's a good correlation.
No animal. Giraffes can't enslave us.
Right. True.
No.
As cute as that would be.
Yeah. Now,
you're so stupid.
Can I ask you a question? What school did you go to, by the way?
For me?
Yeah.
I went to the Medical University of South Carolina. Started off at Francis Marion University with K, and then I went to the Medical University of South Carolina.
Are you a Delta?
Know me? No. Skiwi.
Oh, I'm an alpha. I knew it was something about you.
No, obviously you did not.
I knew you were the divine nine. I didn't know what you were. Okay.
Oh, what the hell?
Skiwi online. She did.
Are you really AKA?
Yeah, she's definitely AKA.
Okay. All right, I pledged alpha, by the
She's
way.
an alpha woman.
Alpha woman.
Yeah. Okay.
But I look ragged like a Delta. I know what you're trying to say.
No, stop.
No, you didn't shade deltas like that either.
Stop.
But let me see if technology.
I got a lot of trolls online, so I would tell you where I crossed that, but I don't want people to find out where I crossed that. Yeah. So.
Was it in South Carolina by chance?
No, I crossed at a PWI up north.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's hot. So like we were saying earlier, we have to have. Okay, go ahead, Kay.
No, I was cracking my knuckles.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we have to have some self-control. And that just extends to, boys, what we say, boys what?
Boys, shack, men build.
Cheat. Yeah, cheat.
Boys cheat.
Men build. And we have to get in that mindset. We have to override our human nature. We have to. I mean, just like we were, saying earlier, it's like what Kay was saying as well, we have to make an effort. We have to make an effort. You have to make an effort
to be better,
to see the big picture.
When you know better, you do better.
Right. I mean, like and I know Black Light said I'll be trolling. I mean, but every single day I would like to screw. I would like to, but it's my nature. But I override it. I do. Like when men hit me up or whatever, and I'm like, "Oh, I should do this one time and not tell anyone on YouTube." But I don't do it.
Get your girl, Kay.
What's that? Get my girl.
Get your girl, man.
But that's how much I want my legacy. That's how much I want a legacy. That's how serious I am. And I think why can't y'all have the same kind of seriousness about legacy? Like why y'all have all these excuses?
Excuses in regard to what?
Not wanting a legacy.
To settle down, to
getting
settle
married.
down, get married, have some
It's in
children.
both parties, man. It's on both sides, man. But we gotta start
No.
with the women. It's in both sides, man. Let's not just
Okay.
blame.
There's definitely problems
Let-
on both ends.
Could it
Yeah.
be
So
also that? Oh, I'm sorry.
let's just no blame. No, don't blame the color man now. Come on, man. Because that's where you're going, okay? I mean, that's where you're going, pharmacist.
Tish.
It's your man fault. No, actually, I put it more on the woman. I put it more on the woman
Why?
actually,
How
because
so?
y'all make it so easy for men over
So
here.
that's what I was just about to say. I put it on us too
Yeah.
because we
True.
haven't we dropped our standards where we're just throwing our ass in a circle for anybody who shows us some attention.
Yeah,
And then and it's so easy for the men that for the women that do try to say, okay, well, yeah, I don't sleep around like that. I want to get to know you first. They don't want to invest time or money into that woman because they're like, shoot, I can get it down the street with just a
yeah,
text. Why I gotta take you out to dinner? Why I gotta sit down and listen to you talk about your hopes and dreams when I can just get it from the chick down the street and she gonna put a plate in the microwave for me and I'm gonna eat, I'm gonna get laid, and I can go home.
yeah. That's for real. And that's it. I put it on the women because think about this. Let's go back to your grandparents' era. Why do you think they were getting married in 19, 20, 21? Because they wasn't getting no pussy at all. So they have
At
to hurry
all.
up.
They
I mean,
weren't. They
my
weren't. They had to
grandma,
go to the girl's
yeah,
house with her family and sit there and watch TV with the father and everything else under the sun. But they wouldn't get no ass. They might get a kiss on the cheek and they could go on their merry way, but they would not get no ass.
yeah. My grandpa
These
told me
girls
the
were
only way they
married
have to get,
virgins.
yeah, the only way my grandpa told me back in the day they were getting ass is they have to get married early or go to the whorehouse. Like they all knew what the whorehouse was. That's
Put
because
50 cents down on some coochie. That's what they
yeah,
used to
my
do.
grandpa married my grandma like literally what like after he was back like 6 to 8 months, something like that. He wanted to get that as soon as possible, and
Yep,
that's how it
there
was.
was standards.
But now females is just like that's what I said. I put it on the woman because it's we fucked up out here, man. The black
Right.
community is
They get in
real
the
fucked
bathroom
up.
at the
Yo.
club.
There is no way around that. You see what I'm saying? So, and everything is superficial. Everything is about, oh, he drives a Ferrari. Oh, he drives a Benz. He drives that. Oh, he got the big Cuban link. That right there alone get you some pussy. If you have some jewelry, man, that right there gonna get you some ass, yo. You don't have to say nothing. I seen it.
Oh, so okay, so it's the woman's fault. So y'all men trying to tell me, even you could treat even though you're married, but you can still answer this.
Okay.
Hmm.
So y'all trying to tell us if women were to scale it back, stop giving y'all sex
All of women.
as
It's a
as a
group effort.
collective,
Hmm.
then y'all be more interested in legacy, in marriage to legacy. Yeah, is that what you're trying to say? So you're trying to say we making it too easy for y'all, and so
Yes.
that's
If
why
we
the
all
legacy
put
is
the
thrown out the
cookie in the
window.
jar, if we all put the cookie in the jar,
Because now you
and
will be forcing the man to, like, yo, fuck it. I might as well marry her and make this work. At the bare minimum, it would make you think that way. You wouldn't have no choice. Who else we gonna fuck? You see what I said? You have to go
they ain't
down that
about to
road.
start fucking each other. So
Okay,
You
so
might,
let's
might as well,
so let me
go
be
ahead.
devil advocate for a minute. So are you saying that this is what white women are doing, and this is what we're doing wrong as a black women or white
not
women?
necessarily. They're setting their standards different.
You see, like I think it's women overall. I think everybody's going to like do
No,
some
because
wild.
white men are settling down and getting married. White men are getting
Mm,
married. It's us. We can't
yeah,
get married.
yeah.
So,
It looks bad on us
but
because
white
it's the
women are
smaller
saying
number.
they're coming out the door with a plan.
Uh-huh.
They're not leaving it up to chance and waiting to see what he gonna do. They're like, look, this is what I'm looking for. What you looking for? Okay, let's work towards that.
What's up,
They
chaotic?
know early in the relationship whether or not they're going to you know, try to set some roots down. Not to say that there's not a couple out there that's been dating for 15 years. I'm just saying that's not the norm for them. That's the norm for us.
Um, I want to answer your question. Is it Is it marriage? What do you want me to call you? Marriage brokerage? What do you
You
want
call
me
me
to call
Tish, Mistress
you?
Tish.
Tish. Okay, Tish.
Mistress Tish.
My explanation is a little bit more psychedelic. It's a little bit more out there in left field.
Okay.
So I want you guys to kick back and just listen real quick. You know
Okay.
what I think happened? I could be wrong. This is just my opinion. I could be wrong. I think a lot of men, black, white, etc., aren't um, the reason why they're not creating a legacy. Is it possible that a lot of men aren't having children because they don't believe that they have a legacy at all? We live in a ultra capitalistic society, and the way we view winning is dollars, right? And the most money you have. And I think that a lot of men now are just saying, look, I don't really want any children. I don't want my children to be regular like me, to be ordinary like me. I don't want the next generation of my children to end up working for somebody else, you know. And I think that a lot of men, just like when we have too much access to information now, and I think a lot of us realize that, whoa, man, we're just cogs on a wheel working for these big corporations. And I don't want to keep having children so that they can serve these corporate masters. I know it sounds crazy, Tish, but I think that's what has happened. You know, my parents all the time ask me how come I don't have any children. And I tell them it's because I'm thinking about 1,000 years in the future. I'm thinking about 500 years. And you need a lot of money. You need institutions. And the thing is that, in my opinion, I think that it's probably good that a lot of men, and please forgive me for saying this if this offends anybody. I think it's good that a lot of men are not having children, and a lot of people, because maybe a lot of people don't need to be here.
Oh,
If that makes, I know
are
that's harsh.
are
Yeah,
they
go ahead.
not having children,
I'm
or they
not
just
saying.
not having relationships that lead to
Well,
marriage? Because it seems like they're having plenty of children.
well. So your question isn't okay. So I came in a little bit too late. Are you saying leaving a legacy as in having children or not having children, or you mean the whole component of
Building
marriage?
something, all of it, the kids,
Okay,
the
so yeah,
home, the
yeah.
wealth, everything.
So I think that a lot of men aren't okay. So good, and this is why I hate coming on panels late because I'm missing the ball here. I
That's
think that a lot
okay.
of men are. So you got to realize this too. 50%. I think they say 50 to 60% of men in the history of mankind never have had children, and I think that it's a way of nature establishing order or something. I think that a lot of men should not pursue relationships and should not have children because what are you really your offspring are producing what, and those offspring will be producing what,
Right.
if that makes any sense. So it's like, why even waste a woman's time if you don't have the amount of resources to take care of her to the point where she doesn't even have to work for somebody. I really wholeheartedly
Preach.
believe. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I really believe that women should be at home, but it's like if you're
Oh
a man
yes.
and you can't provide
He
those
talking my language
resources.
now. What?
Yeah,
What? What?
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, if you can't provide those resources, it's like, I know it sucks to say this, and my dad is pushing 90, and and my brother, he also got married too recently, and I saw my dad at the wedding. He was like, "Oh man, I really wish that you have kids." And I'm like, "Dad, it's probably not gonna happen, man. Private school is $60,000 a year. I want to pay, if I have children, I want to pay for them to go to private colleges. I don't want my
Mm.
kids to get student loans and shit like that. I want their life to be set, and I want their kids' life to be set. Like, especially black kids. I think we are a unique cultural group, and I think that black kids deserve that type of stuff. And to a degree, I feel like to me, I mean, I'm married, but the idea of having kids without being wealthy to me is just absurd. Because I feel like I'm not leaving
Really?
a legacy. Yeah, if that makes any sense. I know it's
But
jumbled
you
up,
can
but
still start one.
yeah, but it's it's
Even if
it's,
you
it's
can't, you may not be able to give your kids, let's say, $1 million, but you could probably leave them 100,000,
yeah,
five
So
but
hundred
so
yeah,
so
thousand,
but you got to
so
think.
something
so
to get
so
them started on their million.
Yeah, but
so
it's you
so
got to think.
so to you, legacy is mostly about wealth.
Absolutely, yeah,
Mm.
absolutely. In America, yeah,
I
in the
believe
Western
wealth is
Hemisphere,
a part of it. You got to be able to
Right. It's a
pass on
part of it.
something.
yeah.
That's a
But I
smart part
believe,
of it.
but yeah, but in my opinion, I believe that it's probably 99%. And again,
Mm.
$100,000 is not going to pay for a lifetime of education. It's not going to pay for.
No,
I
but it could
mean,
give them a leg up to get them started
it
on it.
c-
They,
it,
let's
it
say you can
could,
leave
but
100. Let's say you have two kids. You leave them $100,000 each. That's enough
That's
for
a
them
lot
to
of
buy
start.
some land
Yeah, I mean, but you
and
gotta remember,
put
my
some money
family,
down on building a house.
my family already see. Here's the thing. I already come from that type of stuff. My family has land. My family has homes and this, that, and the other. But I'm talking about liquid wealth. I'm talking about being
But
rich to the
that
point
land
where,
means more than that money
yeah, but what if you have
because they ain't
land in
making no
that?
more of that.
But what I'm talking about hundreds of millions of dollars.
Mm.
Right.
I'm not talking
I
about total.
know what you want for
Yeah,
them later, but if you
but
have
I
no
want it
kids, your
now.
legacy stops with you.
I know, and it's
Yeah.
terrible, but that's what I
Right.
really believe. It's terrible.
So
It
you have to
sucks.
And I
override.
understand that, but I
Yeah,
understand where you're
it
coming from because
yeah,
my fear in life was to not leave something for
yeah.
my kids behind. Leave something behind for my kids. So we have definitely established that early in our marriage. How my problem though is when you say you don't want to have kids if you can't leave them something, but if you don't have kids, there's nothing. Where does it go? What you do acquire, where does it go?
Well, here goes the thing, man. I feel like, in my opinion, and I'm not trying to. I'm just saying, and I'm speaking for a lot of men here. Um, I feel like as a man, especially as a black man, you become a burden when you are not producing wealth to people. So I feel like as a black man, especially, it should be our primary duty to become liquid wealth, like wealth. If you think about our culture, you have a culture of people who are just, we're, I hate to say it, but if you just look in the African continent, your average African lives in almost abject poverty. Not all of them, of course. I mean, I'm Nigerian by birth, but if you look at the islands, the Black American is unique in the sense that we are the most resource wealthy African people on the planet in terms of the diaspora. And so I think that we do have a leg up, but I feel like the best people should have children. Like for example, like LeBron James. It makes sense for LeBron to have 15, 20 kids. That makes sense. He's a billionaire. To me, and again, I don't want anybody to agree with me, but to me, it just seems like the
Yeah,
wrong
man.
people tend to be making legacies, like the
So
factory
why did you
workers.
get married? Why
Huh?
did you get married? Why did you?
I
I
was
mean,
gonna
not.
ask that
Well,
question.
Is
I
your
got
wife okay with having no kids?
she's not okay with that. She's not okay with that at all. But and she doesn't have any children either. I
Mm.
properly vetted her. She comes from a good family, a nuclear family. So did I, or so do I. My parents are still alive and married. But I, there are childless marriages, and they are more frequent than you
Yeah.
think. A lot of people are not having children because the cost of education is through the roof. Like, think about it. I don't want my children to go to public schools, and I want them to go to the best private schools because private schools lead to a better life. They lead to better connections. They lead to powerful connections. And so, to ensure that, you're going to need at least, your private schools. If I have a child, by the time my kid gets old enough to go to a private school, let's say 7, 8 years old, it's going to be $60,000 a year. And imagine
Mhm.
that's 10 years or 5, 15, 16. That's 13 years of education. So we're talking about almost $1 million in private school education, plus paying for their bachelor's degree, hopefully paying for like a medical school or something. And so we're talking about $2 million worth of education right there alone. So that's how I'm thinking. So I need to be a
I gotta
multimillionaire.
push back, bro. I gotta push back on you
Yeah.
because
I know I'm a little
it kind of,
extreme,
it kind of,
Yes, you are
I'm a little
it kind of,
extreme.
extreme, but
it
I'm
kind of,
listening.
it
Go
How
kind
ahead.
long?
of,
How
it
long have
kind
you been
of
married?
hurts me. Yo, it kind of
9
hurts me
months.
that you talk like that, man. Like, kind of
I
because you
know,
got.
I know, and it
Hold on, hold on,
sucks,
hold
man. But
on,
I really
bro.
believe
It,
that.
it seems like you got 97% everything right. You get married. You seem like
Hmm.
you well spoken. You seem
Thank
sound
you.
very smart. You see what I'm saying? And the fact that you say you don't have no baby, that kind of hurt me though, because that,
Yeah,
that's the only reason. That's the matter of fact. That's the only reason we on this earth to reproduce. That's it. You can have all the money in the world, really don't matter. It really don't
Yeah.
that's
matter.
Speaking of
true.
animals, yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Think about
true.
this. Jeff Bezos is the richest guy in the world. He gonna die in this. They're gonna bury that guy in the same place they're gonna bury us. He won't be able to take none of that money. You see what
That's
I'm saying?
true.
And when you're talking about, do you went to private school?
I went to private and public school growing up. Yep.
Like, because to be honest, man, like what you're saying sounds good, bro. But like putting yourself in this impossible task, like private school, a million. Like what? No, listen. And I'm the complete opposite. I don't care how much money I make. My kid going to public school. They're gonna have to struggle, and then I'm gonna little by little, I'm gonna reward them. You see what I'm saying? Meaning like, yo, you bring me some good grades, I'm gonna buy you a car. Guess what? That car is gonna be a piece of shit. You wanna work, you're
Right.
gonna have to work yourself up to the better car. You see what I'm
Because they
saying?
appreciate more when they work for it.
Exactly. What you wanna do is you turn like an
Shit, I ain't buy none of
enable
my
your
kids a
kids.
car.
Like a look, like you, the way you it sounds, you wanna like enable your kids, like yeah, I wanna give you everything so you don't have to work. That's the role. Think about this. Most of those kids that get it like that, they come out fucked up. They come out super fucked up. You're on drugs because they never work hard for nothing.
Right.
They never work hard for nothing. Look in Jada, the Will Smith kids, and I hate using celebrity kids, but that's what most people like familiar with. Those kids
Yeah,
are
they're
kind
so
of fucked up.
human.
See what I'm saying? Like, I wish you would like if you have a kid, bro, that would be the best feeling in the world, bro. I will give my life for mine, yo.
I mean,
Like
it's
if
Hey,
almost
I have a question now,
it's
though,
it's
because
al-
I.
it's almost your responsibility if you're
Mm,
a good black man with a black woman. I'm assuming, it's almost your responsibility to
raise some good
procreate.
black children.
Right. And pass the baton on, as people said in the panel, and create, what we really want. We want generational wealth. We want legacies. And how can we do it if you're doing everything right, but you let it die with you? What would be the whole point?
Shame
And
on
why
you
did
for keeping your sperm to yourself like that.
I know,
That's just
I mean, but why did you get married? You never answered that. Why did you
well.
get married not to procreate?
But
Not
hold
that,
on, before you answer that question, I want to add this one to it. Okay, it would be so different if your wife was on the same page. If she didn't want kids, but if she wants kids, that's
he
you know,
got a good
like two
wife.
people, two
He
people
got
that get together that don't want kids makes perfect sense to me. But when one does and one doesn't, I don't get that. So yeah, figure that out for us. Yeah, you just gonna let your good seeds go to waste.
Yeah. I mean, he got let me make a little joke real quick. He got a great wife because if that was me, guess what? I'm
guess
not
what?
taking birth control.
Yeah,
And
them
guess what?
pills
You
about to
have
go in the trash.
a baby.
Deal with it.
Get over yourself.
He here now. What you gonna do?
Man, go
What you
have
gonna
some
do?
kids, bro. Just go ahead and go have some kids, man, and raise them, bro. That's all you
But,
have
but,
to do in
If
life.
but,
if
but
you
why did
died today, oh, he hasn't answered the question. We keep talking.
he
Yeah,
keep,
yeah.
he keep wiggling out of it? So why did y'all get married? Now hold on, let me ask this question for you. Answer that. Did y'all decide not to have children before, or was this a conversation y'all developed after you got married?
You're muted.
This was a conversation before.
Okay.
Okay, so she knew what she was walking into. Gotcha.
Yeah, yeah. And like most women, she thinks that she can change me,
Oh,
but
oh,
yeah.
oh.
Let me
Not a
ask you
not an
this.
African, not an African. Mm-mm.
Do you have a will right now?
Actually, I don't.
Do you
No,
have
no,
life insurance?
I do.
Okay, I'm gonna need you to get a will, boo boo. But let
Okay,
me ask you this. Okay, so you have
sure.
life insurance. So if you died today, you would be leaving your wife with something, right?
Of course, yeah.
Okay.
I have
So
assets. Yeah.
you can build a form of wealth from some whole life, which builds a cash value. And so your kids, when you pass, your kids could inherit quite a bit of money. And there's money you can borrow against in the meantime, which you can use for their college education. And there are life insurance policies that actually have little college addendums to them, so you can withdraw that money that you're building as your kids get older. But you're building money that they can withdraw so that they can use that money for school. So you
Here
can
goes.
still put your kids through the best schools and not come out of your
Here,
pocket with it directly, and you're still building something at the same time.
here goes the thing. Here goes the thing.
What's the thing?
I am a individual who believes in eugenics. I'm not disagreeing with none of you guys' points. I actually agree with you. But unfortunately, I think it's best that we that me, I'm not gonna speak for everybody. I realize that the human race is a ever changing species, and I
Mhm.
think that the best people should be on this planet. And I feel like the future that we're going into, this ultra, because we're already in a super capitalistic future now. I think that wealth is going to be everything in the future, and I think that the separation between the haves and the have-nots is going to really grow. Is really going to widen out, and I think that you right now, if you are not really wealthy or rich right now, I think in the future it's gonna be really bad for you. That's what I really believe. From my and I think that now, mind you, I taught in
I agree
public.
with you.
I taught in public schools for years, right?
Oh,
And
someone else made a point real quick is that you can mentor kids. You don't have to have them. You
the
can
only
just
place
pour
you should
into
mentor.
other children.
Listen. I taught in public schools for over 10 years. I haven't taught in years. I trade stock.
Oh, that explains a lot
Yeah,
right there.
I
So
trade. I
you
trade.
kid out.
I trade stock options. So I don't work anymore.
Oh yeah,
Um,
that's what's
yeah.
up.
So what I'm saying is that um it is probably best that an individual like myself, and I know the truth, I would never want my kids to go to public schools. I never in a million years. I know where private school can take you. I know where the best private schools can take you, and they get and you get all the kids from private schools have the best connections. They get into doors that other kids can't. And if you look at the Fortune 500 companies, you look at your Walmart, your Amazon, your Google, which is Alphabet. If you look at Exxon, the leadership boards, the board of directors, your vice presidents typically come from private schools. And so I understand that every kid who grows up in wealth or luxury isn't probably the best kid, probably, but I really want my children to grow up absolutely wealthy. I had two good parents. We live pretty nice in the suburbs, but I want my kids to have an excess amount of wealth.
That wasn't good enough for you.
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. Back in the day, people used to say, "I lived in a shack," and then people said, "I lived in a 3-bedroom house." I want to tell my kids, I lived in a four. I lived in a 5-bedroom mini mansion in the suburbs, and I grew up to see. I want to We should constantly
Do
say
better.
that something should be better. And I want my kids to grow up in a 50-bedroom mansion. I don't know why. I know, and then I want them to tell their kids, I grew up in a 50-bedroom mansion, and we gave you this planet right here. We gave you this moon we bought. See, we have to constantly think
Wow.
about evolving as a people. I know it's crazy,
Right.
but that's just me. I'm
It
just
is. It
chaotic.
is. But hey, I respect it.
It's not
Tish, I
crazy
just
to the
want you to
extreme.
know, checkmate, I win. Said Tish, I want you to buy yourself some flowers one day and put some rose petals in the bath and remember your value. Treat yourself.
Thank you, checkmate. I win.
He also wanted you to buy him dinner and flowers. I don't know if you saw
Exactly. I
that
saw.
comment.
That's why I rolled my eyes. I'm like, okay, whatever. This is where I'm at in my life. Okay, all right, okay. We see.
Yeah.
Black Light. He was saying something eugenics. He said, if you believe in eugenics, then you will believe. Oh, he says if you are a eugenicist,
Eugenicist. Yeah, I believe in
eugenicist,
eugenics. Yeah.
then you believe blacks
You're
should.
struggling.
Yeah, what? Then
No,
blacks.
no,
Then you
that's
believe
a
blacks should
no.
should self genocide like Margaret Sanger.
No, no, no.
Hmm.
In every racial group, you do have your hierarchies. Now, feel free to cut me off if you guys don't agree. When we look at the Asian race,
Okay.
let's be completely honest. I would rather pick a Japanese over a Cambodian for a math equation. When you look at black people, I hate to say this, but there is a hierarchy. Some groups of blacks are just better than other groups of blacks. If you look at the white race, some whites are better. Germans tend to be, for some reason, they've been programmed to. I don't know what it is. They're just good at building shit. They're good at being engineers. They're good at
Cars.
scientists.
Cars.
Right, cars. Yep, engineers.
Mhm.
So what I'm saying is that eugenics um plays a part just in human development just as it does in animal development, you know. So you don't get a shih tzu to guard your house, do you? You know, you use a German shepherd. They all come from wolves, but you get the one that has been bred to be a guard dog. So the same thing with this. I don't agree with what this statement is saying, but yes, I agree that some blacks should be here and some blacks shouldn't be. And so no, but hear me out for a minute. Not going by
Whoa,
this. No, but
hello, hello.
not going by this comment right here. Of course, I don't believe in sterilization, but I do agree that, I mean, I hate to say it, some black people are here and they and it's more, put it this way, there are a lot of black people that are here that are outbreeding the smarter blacks. Does that sound good to you, Tish? Well,
Right. Yeah, that's correct because they have
okay.
more time. They have more
I,
time.
okay, I want to be
Okay.
careful. I don't want to get kicked off the panel.
No, we're not gonna kick you off.
Okay, that's what a lot of people
That's
say.
fine.
But I'm just trying to be,
Yeah, I kind of see. I see. I can
trying
see
to
how
be
you get kicked
careful
off
here.
now. Yeah, I see.
But I'm trying to broach that question that Black Light and Black Light answered this question. No, I okay. Hold on a second. Let me ask this question. Let me ask this question real quick.
Uh-huh.
To the other young lady up here. What's your name again?
Okay.
Mistress K.
Mistress K. Let me ask you a
Mhm.
question, Mistress K. How tall are you?
Yes.
How tall are you?
How tall am I? 5'10".
Okay. Can you do me a favor right now?
Huh?
What's that?
Can you stand up in
Mhm.
your house right now and go to and get me a picture of you on a date that you took a picture with a man who was 4'11"?
Hmm.
Well, seeing as how I'm married to a man that's 6'4", that's not gonna happen.
No, okay, wait a minute. Okay. Wow. So y'all got some giants for kids then, I bet.
Yes.
Yes, I do.
Okay, so have you ever dated a man that height?
No,
Why haven't you ever dated a man who was 5 feet tall?
because I look stupid,
Why? But wait a
and
minute.
I
We're
like
all
wearing 4-inch heels.
but wait a minute. Wait a minute. Hold on for a second. But aren't we all human beings though?
Hmm.
But he nipple
So,
height. I'm
so
sure there's a 4'10"
no.
woman out there that would
Yeah,
love him, but
the
he
homegirl
nipple
said
height.
nipple
What I'm
height.
gonna do with
but
him?
but you're practicing eugenics by saying that you won't date a man that's short though.
Hmm.
Why? Why? How am I practicing eugenics by saying I will not date
Would
a man
You
that's
having
that short?
preference? You
okay.
having preference?
Would you date a man who is 5 feet tall?
He married
No,
though, so
but
Huh?
somebody else would.
Okay. I'm asking you, would you do it? You said no. So to a degree, we all practice eugenics. So I like tall women. My wife is 5'10". It's ironic, right? She's 5'10". I've always liked taller women because I'm
How
short.
tall are you?
I'm a midget. I'm 5'6".
So she was not practicing eugenics because that would have never
Well, I
happened.
mean, you gotta think she likes shorter men, but I like taller women, you know. So the thing
Okay,
is
so that
that
worked out for y'all. Okay.
exactly. So we all practice eugenics. So to Black Light Revelation, I mean to what you just said though, you said preference, but to a degree, couldn't preference be looked at as eugenics though, because you're
No.
selectively breeding?
If more people were selectively breeding, we wouldn't be we wouldn't
No,
have the problems that
but
we
to a
have right
degree,
now.
but Tish, hold on for a second. Okay, so Tish, okay, so you're not married, right?
No,
Okay,
Hmm.
okay.
and I haven't been laid in
Let,
16 months either.
let me ask you a question.
Woo.
Can you get up right now and show me a picture of any
Gary,
man that you dated that has Down syndrome?
Well, no one ever. They never asked me out.
Would you date a man who
They
has
don't
Down?
want me.
Well, would you have okay? So okay, you went to college. I'm pretty sure there was one or two people who had Down syndrome on your college. Would you have dated them? Keep it real.
If they had enough money.
Okay. What if they didn't have any money though? Because I'm not trying to prove a point here. I'm just saying that we all practice eugenics. It's some form or fashion. We're all eugenicists to a degree.
Okay, so what about what Black Light Revelation say now? He said the United States attempted eugenics on blacks in the
Yes, they did
1950s.
sterilization. Yep, on 7,000. I think it was 7,000 people who were deemed. And this is the reason why I was talking about this. the United States government did practice sterilization. I actually interviewed a woman who was a part of this experiment. Black individuals who were deemed back then they're called it mental retardation. So yeah, they
Okay.
did because they felt like these people should not
Well,
breathe.
they ain't do it for white people.
No, no, that's not true. There were a lot of experiments on whites as well in this country as well. They did. Yeah, they
The
experimented on white.
sterilization.
Of course they did. Yes. Of
Okay, I
course.
stand
But
corrected.
not but maybe not at the same scale as the blacks, but yeah, they've done it. Yeah.
We
Did
just
you ever
black,
answer?
man. We just
Hold on.
wanna
Did
live.
you, did you? I know you said. Did you ever answer the question of why you got married if you don't want to have kids? Did you ever answer that question?
Well, here goes the thing. I got
Oh,
married because the woman that I was involved with, she was the only woman I've ever met in my life that genuinely cared about me. And she genuinely wanted to help me in my business, and she genuinely likes me. Um, all the other females that I've slept with and been with, I've always had to be funny, be witty. I've always had to spend out Skrilla, and they liked me on the condition that I was doing something. The woman that I'm with now genuinely loves me for me being in my existence. Most men aren't
Okay.
loved by their existence. We have to do something. But she basically said that you are a valuable person, you're special, etc. Most women aren't like that.
I'm pretty sure you had to do. You still did something. It just wasn't the typical for all the other women.
Possibly so, but I noticed in my entire life I've always had to do something though. So Black Light says, so you have no issues with eugenics that took place in North Carolina over 7. Oh no, he asked the same question. No, I do have an issue with that. The United States government has no right to do any of that shit. I do have an issue with that. Yeah. He said, bro, your kid doesn't have to go to school in America. Dude making every excuse in the book. Think outside the box. Sir, okay, so let's be honest, Ra. America is the greatest country on the planet. It is. There's no other country that's better than America. Our education system is the best. Our supply chain is the best. People come over here, sir. Nobody's going to overseas to do anything in masses. People come over here in mass. So no, and I bet Ra lives in America somewhere. So stop.
Okay.
How am I doing, Tish? You're not gonna kick me off. And we're
We're not
you
gonna
know,
kick you off.
oh yeah,
When,
yeah. I
we're
mean,
the
when you
divine
leave,
nine.
it'll be because you choose to.
Yeah, we're the divine nine, so you can't kick me off. Anyway.
exactly. Yeah, yeah. I don't want you to start hazing me or anything. You
Oh
know,
no.
since you're
We're
06 and I'm 08, so
Yeah,
06,
no,
08.
no.
Even though you thought I was a Delta. Ugh.
No, listen. Up north, the deltas and the alphas are like peas in a pod up here.
Uh-huh. Yeah,
I've had
AKAs in the Q's. So yeah, I
Q's,
get
right.
it. Yeah, I get it.
It's
Yeah,
weird
yeah.
like that. Yeah.
Let me see. So what is your eugenics order? Can you list whom should be alive based on your criteria?
Oh,
Whoa.
again. Black Light. I like the questions, Black Light. I think you're, being funny. I think that you are asking good questions. But again, I don't have a codified standard of who should be here and who's not. I just feel like, in my opinion, I know that we are going into a new future, and you need to be the best. You need to be the wealthiest. You need to be the tallest. You need to be the best looking, etc. And the thing is that a lot of people don't have those attributes. And unfortunately, maybe they should just, I hate to say it, maybe that's that with their bloodline. I hate this. Again, I'm not trying to make a general statement. I'm just talking about for me. That's what I just believe.
Okay. Let me see. And one thing for him, we say, oh, we got to end soon because Kay got to leave in the morning. I'm sorry about that, Kay. I forgot about that, that you leave in the morning. We say,
Like I said, I'm curious as to what makes you feel that you will be at the top of the hierarchy, because I would simply erase you if it came down to it. There goes your eugenics. So you have an eraser or something, sir?
y'all are really, this eugenics really.
What is he talking about?
I don't know, whatever y'all talking about with this eugenics. It's got deep. But I was gonna ask one more question before we leave, but I forgot. It was about men and marriage or something, but I forgot. Not so also Larry said Hitler thoughts. Farmer says, can you look up on organization called Humanity Plus and the
Transhumanist Party of
Um,
America.
and pull them up on screen.
Hmm?
It's a porn bomb. Don't do it. Don't do
Really?
it. Nah, I'm joking. I don't want you to pull it up
I'm about
because
to say that's jacked up. Who?
I know black light better than that.
Tish, can I say something real quick?
Sure.
You what is your background educationally?
I'm a pharmacist.
Okay, so you have a science background.
Right.
Can you do me a favor? Do you have a pen in front of you, or you have your computer so you can look this up?
Okay.
Can you look up the Kardashev scale? It's KAR.
Yeah, I don't know how to spell that. Hold on.
Yeah, I want you to look this up for me.
Okay.
Okay, it's KARDASHEV. Now look this up whenever you get a chance.
Okay.
This okay, so basically you will understand me better if you read that about legacy, etc. I think that we're going into if you read that, you understand what I'm talking about. I think we're going into a different civilization, and I think the best people should be in that civilization.
Okay, got you. And
Okay.
Blacklight, he cleared that up. He said it's not a porn bomb. It debunks his eugenics agenda. That's why he's telling you not to pull it up.
Again, Black Light
and I'm so thankful.
Revelation. Again, Black Light Revelation. I don't have an agenda. I just believe what I believe. I don't want anybody to believe it. That's
Yeah,
what
that's
I believe.
respect. That's
Yeah,
understandable. That's your belief.
yeah.
I wish you.
But
I
thank you,
mean, you're
man.
doing everything right. You know what I mean? You're doing everything right. Don't get me wrong. Just the
Yeah,
kids part is kind of like tripping me out.
yeah.
Like you should be, you a black man. You should be able to. You got a wife already. You should be able to be recreating out here, bro.
Yeah.
Our numbers
Right.
are real, bro. And to piggyback out of that, man, it just like thinking that way that only the richest one deserve kids. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That means you would have been here.
Yeah,
That was the thoughts, yo. Like that means your
Yeah.
parents didn't have you either, and your
that's
parents'
putting
parents
too much
didn't.
value on money over the
Right.
Yeah, bro.
actual value of the individual, the actual kid, the joy they bring to your life, the joy you bring to them, the
You're
things you
saying I
can
put too much
instill in
value.
them
You
on the
saying I put?
money side of it. Yeah, don't get
Okay.
me wrong, money is
Can I ask,
important,
can I ask you a
but
question?
yes.
Okay, I'm gonna be honest. Okay, I don't want you to get offended if I ask you this. Okay.
Hmm.
What class is your Mercedes Benz outside in your driveway?
I don't drive a Mercedes Benz. I
Okay.
would not
Okay.
want to drive a
Okay.
Mercedes Benz. I had a Mercedes
I
Benz. I
knew it. I
sold it.
knew it. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it.
I'm a I'm
We
a
all like
truck girl.
music. You know
I'm
what?
a truck girl. I'm
I
a
like
truck
trucks
girl.
too. I like
Yeah, but
Yeah.
trucks
what's that
too.
point
Yeah.
though? What was the
And
point
yeah,
of
so what's your
I was.
point?
I
And
was.
first of all,
I
I don't
was.
put any. I don't have
I
payments on
was.
either one of. Oh, excuse me. I have three vehicles. I don't have a payment on any of them. All my stuff is paid
I'm
for.
the same way.
I was. I was.
I'm,
I was asking her that to be funny when she said that I was putting money over everything. I was
Right.
basically saying that all
I'm
human
very.
beings
First of all, I'm
love
frugal.
money.
I'm frugal, and I've been saving and investing for my kids since pretty much after the first year of their birth. So yeah, my kids will be set. But yeah, I don't put a whole lot of value on materialistic things. I'm not that chick.
do
Who's
you
the
have nieces and
tallest?
nephews, bro?
I'm sorry. Who's what?
Who's the tallest? Or how tall is
Between
your?
who?
I
Of
mean,
what?
you said you have how old are you? I mean, your kids are teenagers.
Four boys. My no, I'm an empty nester. My baby boy is in his junior year in college, and he is the tallest. He's almost 6'7".
Damn. You said do I have nieces and nephews?
Yeah.
I have a lot.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that still obviously didn't change your. You didn't change the way you think about having. Right,
No.
man. Look,
No.
man. It don't
No.
matter how much money you have, bro. Okay, I'm
Yeah.
gonna talk about my personal life. Listen, I don't care how much money I might have. There is no better feeling than when my kids come in my bed and kiss me and they tell me they love me, yo. That I don't care if I'm broke. I don't care if I got 2 million. It don't matter, yo. Nothing replaces that right there, bro. That you have somebody that no matter what happens, that look up to you and call you daddy. So all that money shit, man, that just that's a crazy way to think if you ask me. no disrespect, but he just like, yeah, you shouldn't be thinking like that, man. Like you doing everything right,
I
man. You better put
know.
some babies in that girl, man,
Uh,
and teach your. All you have to, at the end of the day, all we can do is teach our kids to do better, to strive better
right.
than what we have. It's like
Yeah.
think about this, man. You say, okay, you want to have like all this. You don't need to go to goddamn private school, but that's some shit that you inserted in your head that I need to put my kid in high school. I need $1 million for education. Think about if
Can I ask
everybody
you?
start thinking like that.
Can I ask you a question though?
Oh boy,
Did
here
you
we
Go
go.
ahead.
did you go to school in the United States?
Yeah, yeah, I
You
did.
did. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, if you don't mind me asking, where are you from, by the way?
I was born in Colombia.
Oh, okay.
I was raised between New York and Miami, back and forth, but more New York. So I've been
Okay.
around people. You know what I mean? Like, yes,
Okay. But you have been in American public schools. Okay.
yes, and
Okay.
they are nasty. Trust me. I went to
I know.
school.
I know they
Trust me.
are.
Listen, I used
Yeah.
to go to school with my gun on. So trust me, schools is fucked up. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, I know listen, because my schools were bad. But guess what, yo? Those situations, those, like, how can I explain it? It taught me how to be a better man. You see what I'm saying? It sounds
Mm.
crazy, but what I'm trying to say, like, that don't matter, bro, because I'm here. I'm here. I'm still here. You see what I'm saying? And you never know how you're gonna end up tomorrow. So think about this, man. You say you want no kids, right? And you are, I don't know how, I'm gonna assume you're around your 30s. I'm gonna take the wild guess you are around your 30s, 35 maybe.
Hmm.
Right? Okay, cool. Let's say you doing okay, you say you got your business, whatever, and then you get to 70 and boom, you become a goddamn billionaire. Then what? You're gonna turn around and have kids because now you you now because now you got 300 million, whatever your expectation was to leave them behind. Would that make sense? Oh, now I'm 70 years old. Now I'm gonna have some kids because now I got something to
Well,
leave them behind.
well, considering the fact that men can pretty much have kids into their 90s, I mean, it doesn't make sense in
But your
terms of
wife can't.
that is that
Yeah.
is true, but and you are right from a practical perspective. That would be crazy if you become a
Unless you do
billionaire.
like how the Indians do, like the people in India who are in their 70s and they get babies all of a sudden, like they do like the surrogate. But no, not even the surrogate. They have their own babies. They have what do you call it? Insemination.
Yeah,
Artificial
Yeah,
insemination.
thank you, girl. I was
But at
struggling.
yeah.
Yeah.
70,
So
I don't know
basically, yeah. Okay.
at
Right.
70, I don't know
So,
how that works.
but hold
His
up
wife will
now.
be 72.
That's where all them Down syndrome babies keep coming from.
So it's funny that you said that, right? Because what I researched a year ago, I used to always think that it was the woman's fault, but science says it's the man's fault. Like that's
That
where
old
like Down
sperm.
syndrome, like that old sperm. Yeah, that's what I always thought it was the woman. I was like, okay, it has to be the woman.
What
But
they
no,
say
No, it's a
down here in the
combination of both.
South, old
they said
old
it's the
man give you
man.
worm.
Old man will
Yeah,
give you worms. That sounds like
that's
old
what they
man to
said.
me.
Yeah, no, that I
Now,
agree. Yeah.
let me see. Blacklight Revelation. He really wants to know. He's a nah, bro. Back up the Carter Shift scale. Have her pull it up on Wikipedia and compare it. Compare what I put in the chat to the definition. So
Can
y'all know
yeah,
what y'all talking about.
okay.
Y'all talking to,
Yeah,
okay.
it's okay, okay. That's what I was saying. Just look it up, Tish.
Uh-huh.
You're a woman of science. You're a pharmacist. You can understand it if you just read it one
Okay,
time.
but I guess he wants to know in comparison to eugenics, what are the comparisons? Like how does it
So
compare?
so the idea with the Kardashev scale is that human um culture, economics, technology advances in terms of civilization. So according to the scale, we are at civilization 0. So you have civilization 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on, right? So civilization 0 is a civilization that uses crude oil. We pretty much harness the resources that are actually on the planet. The resources obviously are limited. A civilization 1, or people of a civilization 1, they're able to be spacefaring. They're able to harness the energy output of the entire star. They're able to mine different asteroids for resources, etc. We're talking about maybe a Star Trek level civilization, right? Civilization 2 is more like galactic, like Star Wars. So you're talking about being able to go faster than the speed of light our star, which we call the sun, to distant stars across the galaxy. So imagine the amount of intelligence that is required. Imagine the amount of ingenuity that is required for those civilizations. So what I'm saying is that a lot of people, it's a lot of people that are being born now are going to be a part of this new transition, and some people are not going to make it to that level of civilization. So we're not going to need, I hate to say this, and please, forgive me for saying it. A lot of people don't have those types of minds already, and so the next level of civilization requires a different level of thinking. And okay, let me ask you a question. Could you imagine somebody from the Stone Age? You take somebody from the Stone Age and bringing them to our society now, they would be completely lost. They wouldn't understand anything because they didn't go through
Okay.
certain stages. Think about this, or think about how old people are with the internet right now. Think about how they use the internet, right? Like, think about somebody who's 80 years old or 90. They
Okay.
didn't grow up with video games. They didn't grow up with technology, so their transition into it, it was too fast. There was no ease into it. You got to look at it. Just research it real quick. It's the Kardashev scale.
Okay. And how does it correlate with the eugenics again now?
So again,
It seems like I mean, I don't know anything about anything, but so they are two different concepts. So I know that's what he wanted to get to.
No. Eugenics and the Kardashev scale are not two different concepts. It's just that eugenics is a part of the Kardashev scale. The idea that we are constantly evolving as a species, that's eugenics. So damn, man, I wish. I see you say you don't have enough time. Okay, so basically, a certain type of human being is required to enter into this next civilization, this next way of thinking, this next way of living. And certain people now are just not equipped for it, unfortunately. So that's what I mean by eugenics in terms of the next.
Thanos snap.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, if you want to say that, yep.
Let's just snap
Again,
them motherfuckers out.
I said that. Okay, Black Light Revelations. I literally said that. I literally said Civilization 1, you're able to harness the entire input or output of your home star. I said that already. So yes. And Civilization 2 is you're able to harness the entire energy output of the entire galaxy. Yes, I said that already. This is all nerd shit, by the way. So I'm sorry.
Okay.
But see, that's why I wish Black Light would come up here, because me and him will be talking all day about this, and I'll decide if he's on my eugenics agenda to survive. Sir, I don't understand this. Why does that bother him so much?
My
that I
husband
don't
could
wanna
do
have
this with you
kids?
all day.
Why? Yeah.
Why
Y'all.
does that bother him? I'm not saying that you have to think like that, Black Light. What
No,
does
that's
that
not
have to do
bothering
with
him.
eugenics?
That's the way he like to challenge people like this. That's the way he is. He's not bothered by. Oh, I know the man.
A Dyson ball is
So
all that's
then when
required, and you know that.
I got a question.
A Dyson sphere,
So
sir, is theoretical. Okay, go ahead, ma'am. Go ahead.
so when you're looking at this whole, only a certain level of people, what happens when it's like if you were to get this society, who are the workers?
Again, so here goes the idea of
You keep a
civilization.
certain number of them around so you can still
No,
get your burger at McDonald's? I'm
no.
just
See,
trying to understand because if
I'm about to answer
everybody's
your question.
millionaires, who's
No.
handling the
I'm
other
about to
stuff?
answer. No, I'm about to answer your question. I'm about to answer your question. So, if
Hmm.
you look at the Kardashev scale, you know how we have automation right now. Automation eliminates the common worker. So those types of workers won't even exist in this type of civilization because they're not needed. And then you're talking about fries and burgers at a fast food place. Well, a civilization one human, they don't eat that kind of food in the first place. They eat healthy. They embrace a more healthy lifestyle of living. So you gotta read it to understand it and to grasp the whole concept. Black Light knows what I'm talking about. He's full of
Yeah,
shit.
I understand a little bit
Yeah.
because I got into a little stock game recently, and that issue, artificial intelligence, and all that kind of stuff. That's what
Yeah,
I've been reading on. But man, humanity is humanity, bro. No
that's
matter
true.
how many robots is come out, humans still gonna be around, and this world is already overpopulated. So where they gonna put all these humans? And guess what? The poor people is the one having the most kids. So
So,
good luck stopping that.
So the transhumanist party and the humanity plus debunk everything you're saying.
So I'm familiar with the transhuman and all that. Again, I'm just going by the Kardashev scale. I'm not going by the transhumanist ideology. I understand what see. Black Light. I wish you would cam up. Or come to my channel. I wish you would cam up. I understand.
Y'all would explode each other. This is
all
crazy.
listen, but Black Light, you know damn well what I'm saying and what you're saying is all theoretical conjecture. We may never even approach civilization one, or we may never even approach the transhumanism. So it may appear that we are approaching transhumanism. I agree with that. I see you watch a lot of Jason Silva, but the fact of the matter is that it's all theoretical and conjecture. It's just me talking. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Well,
Hey man, Tish, you know I'm definitely gonna subscribe and be back. How often do you go live?
Whenever we feel like, usually like twice a
Once or
week.
twice a week. Once or twice a week.
Okay.
We try to get this thing rolling, but got jobs and stuff, so
Whenever she sends me a random text and asks me if I'm free,
Okay. Sounds good.
All right, guys. So from all of this, Poppy, have we gotten through? What's your name again? What do you call it? Chaotic Truth. Have we gotten through? Chaotic Truth. Have we gotten through to you guys?
Oh, I agree with everything.
No. But you're not trying to have children, and Poppy is not quite ready to get married.
But I may
right.
change
So
my
we
mind.
can't build. We can't build yet.
I may change my mind one day. You never know that. I may change my mind.
What about you?
And I totally agree with the brother right here. I agree. Money is not everything, but unfortunately, it is a tool that is needed in this ultra capitalistic coast to coast mall, which we call America. So if we lived in ancient Africa, trust me, I would have 50 kids, but we don't. If it was 1,000 years ago, yeah, I would. But I just.
And just like Poppy said, it's not all about, it's not all about. I mean, that's what we all agree. It's not about money. It's just a legacy. Is really the name, and and putting forth your best for that best name. And of course, everything wealth. That's why as a community, the Black people aren't like where we need to be, because we don't have wealth in our communities, and that's why we're like always last. But that's how we get the ball rolling. We have boys, what we say again, boys shack
men build.
Build. Yeah.
Can I say something real quick?
Yeah.
Now, somebody in the chat accused me of being having an ideology of Hitler. Now I want to ask my tall friend right here. If one of your sons brought home a midget, what would you say, ma'am? Do you really want short grandkids? Let's be honest. Keep it real. Let's be honest.
I feel like they got a fair chance to say it.
If you're 6'7", genetic specimen of a son brought home a 4'6" girl, wouldn't you be a little bit mad? Wouldn't you be like, damn?
No, because first of all he did with the shorties. They barely make it 5 feet as it is.
Okay. I'm just making sure. I'm making sure I'm not the only one tripping over here. So you wouldn't feel a certain way, like, damn. Okay.
I mean, no, I feel like they got a pretty fair chance of still having some height on them.
Okay.
But I'm not requiring my kids to be 6'5", 6'6", or whatever.
Okay.
My shortest is 6'1.5".
Oh, okay. All right.
But my parents weren't tall. My dad, I think, was 6'1". My mom was like 5'6".
Oh wow. Okay.
And my brother's 6'7". So.
This is so funny. Not so awesome. Larry said this guy is dreaming the Matrix.
No, I'm thinking more Thanos.
Oh, not so awesome. Larry said this guy has a Napoleon complex.
Where did he say that?
A Napoleon complex is actually when somebody who's short has an over exaggerated sense of importance, I think, right? The goal of everything is to survive. My question, okay. You do watch Jason Silva, Black Light. Stop.
Oh, here comes Patrice. Hey, Patrice. The next time you got to tell us about your hot date. So we haven't gotten through to y'all guys, huh? So no babies, no marriage.
Oh, I'm
This
married. I'm married,
well, I
but
said
you
no,
know,
no babies, no marriage. I'm just saying you don't want the babies. Poppy's not ready for the marriage, but we are legacy minded. So we're getting to that point, right, guys?
I am legacy minded. I agree with legacy. Yeah. Now, who was the
Right.
Yeah,
other
but
person that you were talking
your
trying to get
legacy
to?
will die with you. So
Oh,
it's like the legacy will die with you. Like it's over. Boy. If you die tomorrow, it's over. It's over.
And the
There,
name ends, the legacy
yeah,
ends.
yeah. Like your name is gonna be gone, and you wanna. It's gonna be like you never existed in this world. Like you're gonna be like who? Chaotic who? Hey man, 30 years
yeah.
ago, that name Chaotic lived. Where did his kids? Oh, he's not around. It's like you don't even count at this point.
Dang,
That
he reduced you
Thank
down
you,
to
Black
nothing.
Light Revelations.
Yeah. Yeah. Y'all
Revelation.
played nicely at the end. Yeah. So I mean, so what do you have to say about that before we close? What do you have to say about that?
Say about what?
What Poppy just said.
About what he's saying. He's right.
Yeah.
No, he's 100% right. I mean, what if? Like, damn, man, like you just was here and you just gone and nothing, nobody knows you. But then again, there are people who are married and have all types of kids and nobody knows them 100 years from now either. I mean, I get what you're saying. At least
no.
their kids live on and have kids, but
Yeah. The probability. Yeah.
I want my name to echo throughout history.
Right. And you
You're
can't
gonna change.
do
You're
that.
gonna change your way to think, bro. I got a feeling you're gonna change that in the next 3 to 5
Possibly
years,
so.
man. That girl gonna
Possibly
put
so.
pressure on you. She gonna be like, listen, man, I ain't got into this just to be looking at your ass. I want my babies, goddamn it.
Yeah.
I want my babies. Yeah, I think she gonna put pressure on you, bro. And I believe in. Listen, man, keep your knees and nephew for a whole week. I mean, for a whole month. They gonna change your
No,
mind.
no, no,
No,
that's
no,
not
that
gonna
would
make you
no.
want
Yeah,
kids.
that they won't.
Watching
They
other
really
people's kids
won't.
do not make you want
No.
to have kids. I promise you that.
I love kids, so I like I keep my I keep my like my niece and nephew stay with me for a minute at one point, so I'm used to it. You see what
I
I'm
mean, but
saying?
you already, but you already
Yeah,
had
but
your
see,
kids, though, right?
if you don't
Before
have
him,
kids, if you don't have kids, and then all of a sudden you got to deal with kids 24/7, nah, you can't wait to get them mugs back. That's a disruption to my whole life. Like right now, I'm an empty nester. I don't want to watch somebody kids. Not for 5 minutes. I damn sure ain't trying to watch them overnight. Y'all gone with that. Go play in traffic. Nope. Watching other people's kids does not make you want any. Nope.
Chaotic truth. Chaotic truth. You and Blacklight, y'all need to get something together and just blow up YouTube. He says Carter Shift scale. Make a video about it and cite the sources of eugenics in the Carter. Please, it's really
I,
bugging the hell out of him.
I can I can cite a lot. Okay, I'll make a okay. Okay.
I'm gonna leave y'all in a minute because I'm getting sleepy. But go
I
ahead.
Black
know.
Light. My page is called Chaotic Truth Live, and
yeah, I
my
subscribe.
email is chaotic truth. Thank you, chaotic truth podcast at gmail.com. There are so many sources that talk about eugenics being a part of the Carter Shift scale, sir. Yes.
All right. With that being said, so any last words, Poppy? And we appreciate everyone tonight. Thank y'all. I mean, this was a very exhilarating live stream, even though at the end I don't know what the hell was going on. I'm sorry, I'm just a girl. And
No,
yes,
you didn't. No, you
and
did
yes,
not, ma'am.
and yes, a story to tell. I'm gonna say it. Money doesn't matter. He said he can't believe when women say money doesn't matter. He loves to hear that. So it doesn't matter. But yeah, this was awesome. I just love it. I have a lot of hope. I want to say again, I love my black men. I love y'all. This stuff like this, seeing y'all just go at it. It's just wonderful. And just really cements me to not want any white men. You can't get this from no other place of brothers, y'all. You just
If
can't.
Bradley Cooper were to walk in there right now, would you say that to the Bradley Cooper? Keep it real. Bradley Cooper's you don't like Bradley Cooper? You know who that is?
Yeah, I know who Bradley Cooper is.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
okay.
the mama's boy. Yeah,
Mama's boy.
that has he's a mama's boy. Yeah, he's
But
a
is
Oh,
he
mama's
he's
gay?
boy.
gay.
No, no,
Nah,
he's he that's Kanye's West ex girlfriend's baby daddy.
whoa. What?
What?
Bradley, he's an actor, correct?
Well,
Yeah.
I was trying to follow you what you're saying. He's
Right.
okay.
Kanye's West ex girlfriend baby daddy. So
I
his
didn't know Bradley Cooper had any kid. Bradley Cooper's a white dude from Limitless.
right, he has Bradley Cooper, yeah, the big time actor, right? He has
The
one kid
Hangover
with
actor, right?
you say who?
In the Hangover movie, that's him.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
Hangover.
yeah. He has a child with a model, and the model dated Kanye West for like a couple of seconds.
Jennifer Esposito.
No, her name is
Esposito.
Wow.
no, it's her name is like a foreign name or something like that. She's like a Ermina or something like that. Bradley Cooper, right? Yeah, and he's a mama's boy. He's never been married.
You talk
Yes, I
about
know.
Irina?
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, that's her name.
Okay.
Yeah. So you learn something new, something pointless and new.
Yeah, I see. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, but back to the point. No, I love black men. I mean, to a fault, and I'm just like one of those black women. But I do believe if a black woman really wants to have a family unit and a legacy, she can look to her black men. And I use myself as an example. I've been married to a few of y'all, so there are black men that you can get married to. I mean, Kay has a beautiful and successful marriage with her husband for almost 30 years. So, black women, you see these brothers here, you know, one of them is married, but you see the Kay is really, but y'all see these brothers here, you know, intellectual and funny and smart. And, you know, this is what we have to look forward to. So, do not give up hope. Do not go to Bradley Cooper just yet. Hold on, black women. Let's stay to it to a fault.
You guys have a good one.
To our
Peace.
own detriment.
Yep.
To our own detriment. All right. Thank you. And we'll be talking again. Thank you,
See ya.
Chaotic. I appreciate you. Thank your wife for letting us have you. All right.
Good night,
Bye.
fellas.
Poppy.
Thank you.
Bye, Poppy. Thank you for coming on panel. We know we always appreciate you. So you gonna get married,
I love
right?
you. No, y'all my
You-
peoples.
You know you're gonna get married, right?
Oh, it will happen. Honestly, it will happen. I know that for
Okay.
sure. dude.
And don't wait until you're all 50 and 60 years old and all used up. Don't wait for that, okay?
And your stuff don't work no more.
Around 48, 49, around that area.
Yeah, right when it's about to fall apart.
Nah, but hey, baby, listen. I'm Afro Latino, baby. I got the African shit in me.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Listen.
All right, Papi.
Listen.
I have some of the African, so I understand.
So I'm good. I got his DNA. You know what I mean? I'm good.
But yeah, y'all make sure and check out Poppy's channel. It's called Poppy Blanco TV. He has a brand new channel. It's been out for what, 2 weeks now, basically.
Look. Yeah.
Yeah.
Putting fun together.
Yeah, so he's just getting started. So if y'all love his commentary, if y'all love what he says, he's the same way on his channel. So please check him out. I appreciate. Thank you, Kay. We are supposed to get off at midnight, but
Right.
yeah,
I
and
gotta get up in 6 hours and drive, but that's okay.
Right. So, but I appreciate you always, being here and, always holding us up and keeping things going. So anyway, and thank y'all for the audience. Y'all were awesome. Y'all were great. And I love y'all so much. And hopefully one of y'all could be my husband. Like Raw, are you single? Mr. A, are you single? Blacklight, are you single? Anyway, but I appreciate y'all. Love y'all. Y'all have a great night. Take care. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Shut up, Poppy.
You is crazy, man.